I'm the GM and really bad tech expert on this stream. I will be running a game of Monster of the Week today. And I'm joined by three lovely players. So if you guys wanted to introduce yourselves and importantly, also introduce your character. We're joined by three monster hunters. So go ahead and kick us off, the Flake.
Yes, okay, so my actual name is Mary. I go by Hedge Magic on Twitch, and I'm gonna be playing JD, or Jane Doe, the very old conspiracy theorist who thinks that the aliens are in charge of everything, and the government is watching me, and she's this hunched over old woman who wears a tinfoil hat, and she's always looking out for the next mystery.
I love it. Thank you. Let's hear from the Wronged next.
Hello, I am Noah. I will be playing James the Wronged. He's an older gentleman. He was brought into this unwillingly when he first started hunting 30 years ago now, and he's here to kick butt and protect the others.
Awesome. Sounds great. And last but not least, we have the Spooky.
Hi everyone, my name is Zainab. I also go by Tech. I'll be playing Lilith the Spooky, former Spirit Halloween store employee. I just started monster hunting a week ago with the powers that I just recently acquired, so surely that will go well.
Yeah, no problems at all. You didn't tell me your character's weaknesses or anything, so this can be fine. Thank you, everyone. So for those of you who are new to the system, this is Monsters of the Week. As a reminder for the players, you can use physical dice. It's 2d6. In our Discord channel, there's also a bot channel where you can roll using the exclamation point roll command for 2d6 and add any relevant modifiers. So sheets that you'll need up during this stream for my players are your basic move sheet and your character sheet. And I'm going to take my own cue and pull those things up as well.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. And let's start the music. Yeah, and at any time, feel free to abandon your post if you need to take a bio break, get water, whatever. Just leave your camera on because it's me. We just saw what happened when I had all the time in the world. So yes, let me get some music going here. Oh, wow, that shouldn't be in the background. Hold on. But yes, tabletop audio, it's great. Thank you for the sweet beats. So you should be hearing music. Please let me know if the music is drowning out any of our voices at any time so I can pause and freak out about that. All right. So let's dive in. So, Monster Hunters. For some of you, it is almost time to celebrate your retirement. You have been through a lot. You've been through a lot of fights. You've seen some things. Turn the music down slightly. Oh, did I fuck everything up? Oh, okay. Please don't message me on Discord. That almost just killed everything. Use the chat, my lovely people. Thank you. Okay. Turn the music down slightly. Hold on, let me freak out about that. How's that? Great. All right, I'm ignoring you, chat, unless there's a fire. Monster Hunters, we're here. All right, so you're almost retired. You've seen some things. You have scars to prove it. You've been through many battles, and you've been through them with each other. There used to be more of you before. A few have fallen. But you are the ones that remain. James, ever since that horrible tragedy befell you, you have been motivated to right wrongs in the world, to protect others, to keep that from happening to anyone else. And JD, you have always had a suspicion that things were not right, and that your intelligence, your ability to connect the dots, could bring a sense of information and meaning making to others. And you've always been trying to right those wrongs and let people know the truth. The two of you have been fighting together for some time, and more recently you have found a new recruit. Fresh blood, if you will, someone to take up the mantle, to kind of continue the good work that you've been doing. She's a little odd, but you like that in her. And the three of you have been working together for a little bit. You've been on a few hunts together. You've been on a few training exercises, let's say, involving vending machines and other inanimate objects that seemingly would be okay to use for normal humans, but might cause trouble for a seasoned monster hunter, such as yourselves. Today is a special day, though. It's not involving any battles, any haunts. It's involving a friend, Amy, a good friend of a former colleague of yours, someone who fell in battle long ago. She called you up and said it's her birthday, and she'd love for you guys to be there in Port City. JD and James, this is like the first time in a long time you found your schedules open. Before it was slay, eat, slay, sleep. But your slaying days are almost done, and you figured, why not? Let's go be there for Amy. So you grabbed your new recruit, and the three of you find yourselves in Port City. It is a bustling city full of all of the diverse people of this world. On the train, you see werewolves with their fur kind of sticking out of their suit jackets, carrying a briefcase and on their way to work. You see some kind of like slimy person, like just dripping ooze and like kind of dribbling down the face, a little bit of like yellow goo, with some of the slime pulled back in a ponytail. You see normal humans, kind of intermixed with these folks, but some of them, when they look at you, they blink and their eyes become like a lizard pupil, like with one slit in the center, and they blink again and their eyes return to normal. These are normal sights for you, but you clock them. You never know which one of these folks is going to cause trouble, human, monster, or otherwise, and you're going to be there to stop it. But not today. You're retired. You're going to Amy's. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. You find yourselves at the base of Amy's apartment. It's a nondescript flat in the middle of the city. It has a bunch of buttons. Some of them look like they've been unmanned for quite some time, with a bunch of names scratched out and new names written in. But you can see Amy's name clearly at the top. It's written in curlicue letters, and it has little hearts written in on the side. That's Amy. So, monster hunters, what do you do?
Alright, does everyone have Amy's gifts?
Yeah, I do, and I will gesture to a package, or I will kind of hold up a package that I've been carrying the whole time. There's a metallic rattling inside of it.
I'm gonna just hold up a gigantic bag. I have to use both hands to hold it. Not at all concerning that I'm halfway dragging it.
We're all ready then! Knock on the door with this stick. I don't want to touch it. Who knows what kind of traps might be laid?
I'll just pound on the door.
As you pound on the door, you see someone inside who was checking their mail kind of come over and peer through the pane of glass at you. They have long, stringy black hair and pallid skin and kind of like black pupilless eyes. And as they get closer to the glass, the sun filters through and they like step backwards to stay out of its reach. And they kind of look at you and then slowly point to the buzzers that are right next to you with all the names written on there and just kind of like give you a look, like with a raised eyebrow.
Or let's buzz Amy.
Yes, don't you worry about our business. Go on, move on. James, press the buzzer.
All right, you press Amy's buzzer. The person who had kind of signaled to you like slowly withdraws their finger and just gives you a look like, and then grabs their mail and almost drifts back up the stairs. You don't even see their feet below their cape. They're kind of just drifting up and out of sight. But as you hit the buzzer, you hear Amy's voice kind of crackle in over the loudspeaker. Like, hello? Hello? Like, hey, hello?
Hey, it's James, JD, and Lilith. We're here.
Oh my god, you came! Oh my god, 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 oh my god. And as she's saying that, you hear the buzzer kind of sound off, and the door is now unlocked. But she's still like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, until it cuts her off.
Alright. I'll open the door and let the other two go first. Or hold the door for them, I should say.
Yes, JD will shuffle inside.
Amy, dear, it's so good to see you. Hello, come here. Let me disinfect you first.
So as you all kind of make your way up the stairs and reach Amy's apartment, she opens the door and JD says this to her. And Amy had been expecting this seemingly, so when she answers the door, she's standing there with like a big thing of like disinfecting wipes, and she's already handing them to you. She's like, oh my god, JD, it's so good to see you. I can't wait to hug you. Here's the wipes.
Oh yes, here you are.
And she'll like wipe her face, like do a little bit of a thumb on the cheek, you know, like a mom. Wipe her down, spritz her with something, little anti-5G cream on the forehead.
All ready. Let's come in. Let's have a hug.
She gives you a big ol' hug, kind of having obligingly stood there, letting you wipe her down. Like, she's clearly done this like many times before. She's like turning the face, like letting you get a good scrub in there. And then finally just like latches onto you and like tries to bring you to and James, and then looks over at you, Lilith, and says, oh my god, is this like the new person?
These are new protege.
Oh, that's like a French word, right?
We're gonna be training her in that for a bit, and that before retirement. We're gonna show her the ropes and send her on her way, I guess.
Wow, welcome. Oh, you have the best mentors. JD and James, they've been taking care of me ever since my parents died a while ago. Like, they're just the best. You're gonna love working with them.
Nice to meet you. Here's your gift.
Gifts! Her eyes widen and almost sparkle. Like, you catch a little glimpse of a sparkle. She's so excited. She's ushering you in the apartment. Do you follow?
Of course.
Yep.
So as you step into Amy's apartment, the first thing you notice is that everything is pink. There's pink gauzy curtains, pink walls, pink appliances. There seems to be like some things that were not pink that are now in a garbage can. It seems like she's really been color coding and doing a lot of like intentional aesthetics. So she like spins around and she's like, ta-da! This is what I've been telling you about. This is my place. It's so good to have you guys here. I'm like so excited for you to meet everybody. My roommate is out. Actually, my roommate hasn't been back in a while. It's weird. But yeah, they should be back soon. I can't wait for you to meet them. Have a seat. You said something about gifts?
Yeah, I'll let them go first.
Oh, you know how we spoil you, Amy.
Little pinch on the cheek.
Here, open mine first.
Passes her a package.
She tears into it. Like, all of the cuteness and like host persona disappears for a moment. She's like a wild animal, just like, ah, oh my god, I'm so excited! And the paper just goes everywhere. And when the dust settles, what does she see?
When the dust settles, she sees a taxidermied crow skeleton that's been spray painted pink.
Oh. Shoot pictures of those government drones. I was hoping you could study it for me.
Oh my god, JD, this is such a you gift. I can tell you got this for me. She's like, has a smile plastered on her face, and she's like, is it a real skull?
Oh my, well, not really, because you know it's a robot, but it is as real as they come.
She just kind of has this like perma smile, and she's like, thanks, I'll put it on the mantle. Thank you.
It's coming off the mantle the second we step out the door.
She doesn't actually go put it on the mantle either. She kind of sets it on a side table nearby and just has that like perma smile. I missed you. James, what did you get me?
Well, here you go. It's a basic cardboard box with a little strip of duct tape just on the top to kind of hold it shut.
Oh my gosh, this is so thoughtful, and you even wrapped it this time. Thank you. She opens it up. What does she find inside?
A small revolver with 12 silver bullets in the box as well, loosely packed.
So Amy picks it up, like with her two like index and thumb, like on the little loop where the trigger is, and just kind of holds it dangling in the air.
Grab it by the handle. Grab it by the handle.
Is this the handle?
No, it's the thing with the wood on it.
Thank you. Is it real?
Yeah, I figured as you're getting older with who your parents were and who we are associating with you, you might need something to protect yourself if anything comes after you, so.
Oh, thank you. No, that's really thoughtful. I mean, I've never been really much like my parents, and not like you guys either. I'm more of a dreamer, I guess you would say. But this is nice. No, this is nice. Thank you. I'll put it on the mantle.
Well, if you like, I can show you how to use it at some point. But now's not the time for that. Now's not the time for that.
Oh yeah, totally. No, that's great. Let's do that. Let's wait till my roommate comes back so that we can both learn it together.
All right.
She also puts it on the side
to
table.
a gun safety course, or is that just?
Nah. My place will do fine. There's a big hill to make sure anything we shoot won't go anywhere dangerous.
It's true. Gun safety courses are a scam run by lizard people.
Oh, JD, you say that all the time. And this is the first time it's had context.
It's accurate. Just giving you a warning, sweetie.
Pinch on the cheek, little.
She kind of ducks her head a little bit so you pinch a different part of her cheek because like one part's getting really red. She looks at you, Lilith, and she does not expect any gifts given that you've just met. But she does smile at you. Do you have a gift for her though?
Yes, I have a big bag. It's very heavy. And I'm just gonna. Hi, I'm Lilith. Here you go. The person at William and Sonoma said that this was a good gift for people that were having their first like adult place.
She's like, oh my gosh, I thought that was your laundry. Thank you. Oh no, this is great. Let's see what's in it. I love Monster Hunters. Great. And she opens this up, and what does she find inside this big box?
It's just a gigantic crock pot. It's like the biggest one that they carried. Just like a 12-quart crock pot.
She smiles and she's like, wow, this is like semi-normal. She looks between JD and James and looks back at you and she's like, never change. So as you give Amy these gifts, she goes about the business of like making you guys at home, sharing some of the things she's been doing in Port City. But a few times she like mentions the fact that her roommate hasn't been around in a while. And this perks up all of your ears. Can everyone make an investigate a mystery check? And then I'd like you to select, if you roll high enough, what question you'd be musing about as Amy's kind of dropping these hints. And that would be with your sharp stat.
9, though.
All right, that's still a hit.
I rolled a 4.
This doesn't hit.
All right, so only James picks up on this. James, of those questions, actually, can you do 1 or 2? You can do 1. So what question are you wondering about?
What happened here?
What happened here? So as you're musing about this, you're picking up on clues that Amy's dropping in the conversation and kind of piecing it together. You never ask her directly. That's not the Monster Hunter style. You're more of a detective in this situation, and what you can pick up on is the fact that her friend or her roommate was supposed to come home a few days ago. Very atypical of her to have not checked in. Was supposed to do a few things in her absence. One of the things she mentions is that she and her roommate often volunteer at a homeless shelter nearby, and that they have like kind of like a soup and bread line that they do around the time that she disappeared. Another point of interest that you pick up on is that she was maybe going to go to a club and go dancing. In preparation for what another thing you pick up on is there's going to be a big party in Port City today, actually. It's a party that is recognizing all of the weirdness and the occult of this city, and it's called Hex Fest, and it's going to be downtown, kind of like a festival style with like an after party for the coolest of the cool. And so the roommate maybe was going to try out some dance moves ahead of the Hex Fest after party. So those are a few things that you pick up on what happened here. But as far as where the roommate is, Amy doesn't know, and neither do you.
I had a long-term roommate once. Is she nice? Is she good to you? Does she have good intentions for my Amy?
Oh my god, she's like the best. She is studying the same things I am. She's like very interested in like humanitarian work and like bettering the world. And like, you know, I mean, my parents wanted to make the world a better place, and so do I. I just want to do it with less stabbing. And she looks at the gun on the table next to her, and then like kind of looks back at you, James, and just smiles.
You're lucky because we mostly do shooting.
Yeah.
No stabbing required.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, no, she's the best. I'm actually a little worried about her. Come to think of it, could you guys figure out what happened to her? I'm worried.
I'd like to. How long has she been gone, dearie?
She's been gone like 2 days now, and she usually checks in with me.
Yeah, that seems odd, especially since you said she was basically just running errands, right?
I mean, she was like maybe volunteering, and maybe like she did mention she was gonna go out dancing, and she was like, do you wanna go? And I'm like, oh my god, I can't go. Like, I'm so tired, like so busy. And she goes on for a while like this.
So basically nothing that would take more than a night or two.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, she has to come home and sleep sometimes. I mean, but maybe she stayed with Ricky, you know, but like, she'd still check in.
Have you tried calling her?
Yeah, like so many times. And she doesn't pick up. And like once her phone went right to voicemail. It was weird. And like, who leaves a voicemail? Ew.
You mentioned this Ricky kid. Do you know where he lives?
Ricky? Oh yeah, he kind of lives in the main square. Like near where they're setting up for Hex Fest.
Alright. Yeah.
What's this roommate's name? What does she look like?
Oh my god, she's like so cute. Her name's Shandira. She's half werewolf. So she has one yellow eye, and she's a little bit hairier than most people, but like it's kind of cute. Like it works for her. She's pretty tall, and she has dark brown hair.
Could you text us like a picture for reference? And text me because I know JD doesn't do phone, but
Yeah, that's so weird. You still not doing that, JD?
Oh yes, of course, dearie. You're already on board with the no voicemail train. I'll get you one day.
How do you communicate with people? Like, I don't get it.
Smoke signals mainly, dearie. Radio waves run your brain.
Oh, she just kind of like has that drifty smile, like, okay.
I've also gotten a carrier pigeon once. That was an interesting experience.
Don't talk about Billy. It doesn't exist.
Oh, is that what that bird was? Oh, I may have called the exterminator that one time. I'm really sorry, JD.
Okay.
That's no worry. Where do you think I got that skeleton from?
She immediately, like, almost cries. She's like, okay. Anyway, what's your phone number, Lilith? I'm so glad you're normal.
I'm just gonna like turn my phone to her and be like, just put your number in. It'll be easier.
She immediately puts her number in. She customizes her profile. She puts a bunch of emojis. She takes a quick selfie of herself. Like, you're in the background, James. What expression are you making in this photo? Yep, so that's on your phone now. Just James with a stoic face, and she's like smiling. But you have her number.
You customize the ringtone and everything. That's great and not weird.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
it's almost done downloading. Just wait another minute. It's worth it.
I love the song Barbie Girl. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. It's so good to have someone super normal and super not weird in this group. I mean, she lowers her voice. I love JD and James. They've really taken good care of me. But oh my god, they're super weird. Thank goodness you're normal.
Can I use telepathy on her?
Yes, you can.
What would I need to roll to do that? It's not really clear to me.
So that's one of your character abilities, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say what I need to roll. It just says like, oh wait, I guess it would be manipulating someone. I'm not sure. I just want to know what she thinks.
It doesn't say you need to roll for it. You don't unless you're trying to use it for a specific thing. If you're just trying to speak to her in her mind, then you can probably just use it.
Yeah, and
Okay.
additionally, in your playbook, it says it can allow you to investigate a mystery, which is a basic move, or read a bad situation, which is another basic move, without needing to talk. So in this case, when James was investigating, he was talking to Amy. And Amy knows him, but like if you were trying to get information from someone without being direct, that's where you could really use your telepathy. And you can also manipulate someone by kind of like messing with their thoughts a little bit. Other than that, yeah, you can communicate mentally. I don't think you can read thoughts, but you can kind of like, yeah, you can talk to someone in their head, basically.
Okay. While she's telling me I'm normal, I'm just gonna like broadcast into her brain like, I'm so normal. So nice to meet another normal person.
She's staring at you and notices you're not actually moving your mouth, and she's like, okay. Thank you all so much for coming, and thank you for finding Shandira. I really, really appreciate it. And you're all weird. I love you all so much.
Oh, we love you too, dear. Take care. Don't forget to eat your vitamins.
Oh, those ones that you gave me that are made up of like crushed newspaper?
Yes, that's correct, dearie. They actually have some forged pieces of dirt and such in them as well. Very good for the immune system.
Oh, good. I'll take those, JD. Be safe.
Take
just
care,
gonna, like-
dearie.
Big
I'm
hug.
just gonna like cock my head to one side and say like, have a great birthday, but like in her brain, but like,
She hears you and clocks the fact that you're doing this again, and just kind of furiously waves and like is slowly backing up into the corner. She's not scared of you guys. It's just kind of like you're the weird family members. She's a little embarrassed, a little proud, a little awkwarded out. It's like a whole mix of emotions. But she's generally happy to see you. She's just real freaked out. So she's just like, yeah, okay, thanks so much. Love you guys.
Alright, take care. James, we were just about to head out of Amy's house. Should we go to the homeless shelter?
yeah, sure. I don't have any plans today. I'm just following you guys.
So you have 3 points of interest, or 4 actually, to investigate, and I'll propose this to the party. Would you like to start at the homeless shelter where Amy and Shandira often volunteer? Would you like to start at the nightclub where Shandira may have been going to practice dance moves? There's also Hex Fest. It's being set up right now. It should be ready in a couple hours. That's in the main plaza. And then there's also, oh my god, is it Ricky? I don't even remember what name I said.
Ricky. Ricky's apartment that's near Hexfest.
Hashtag GM problems. Ricky's apartment, which is off the main square.
I think we should go talk to the homeless people. They're very smart. They know things.
You're muted.
Who is for seeing this Ricky fella? Seems. I mean, why search everywhere when there's a halfway decent chance that she's just staying with someone else?
Fair point. Or perhaps he's kidnapped her. Who knows what this Ricky fellow is up to? Let's have a look at Lilith. Do you think that's a good idea?
I don't think we actually know where he lives, guys. She just kind of gave us a general direction, and I guess we could just knock on doors.
As you say
And
that, a
ask.
text comes in, and then another text, and then another text. And the first is the address, and the second is a gif of like a cat dancing around, and the third one is like just a string of emojis, and it just continues like this for a while, but you do have the information.
I really don't want to have a phone anymore. JD, can you help me?
Why, yes, dearie, I can. But after this, we'll put it in my phone composter.
I'm just gonna show them all the address and then delete the gift message.
One more comes in to replace it.
Oh, we're just gonna...
You know,
Turn it
I
on
may not
silent.
be super proficient with technology, but I think there is a way to block messages from specific people.
I mean, I don't want to block her per se. Filter, that's the word. We'll just mute it for now. We'll just mute the conversation for now, and hopefully if useful information comes in, we'll address it at that time. If being a strong operative word.
So the party is heading to Ricky's house.
Yeah.
All right. So as you walk through the town, you see the same kind of diversity of residents. Some humans, some magic touched, some extraterrestrial, like lots of things happening here. And for someone who's not used to this kind of big city life, it would be very interesting to people watch all day. But for monster hunters, you're always clocking intention. So who is trying to do harm here? Who is, being threatened here? It's hard to turn that off. And you again remember, I'm supposed to be retired. I'm supposed to be out of this life, but you can't turn off that lens. You, Lilith, are kind of getting directions from them as you're walking. So, just kind of tips and like best practices for what monster hunters pay attention to in a big crowded area like this. So it's not a leisurely walk by any means, but you do eventually end up in front of Ricky's apartment building. This one is right off the main square. It's part of a shopping complex, so you're able to enter into the lobby no problem, and you're able to make your way all the way up to Ricky's apartment in front of his door. As you're standing in front of the door, you hear raised voices. What would you like to do?
I will pound on the door. Like FBI open up, just boom, boom, boom.
You don't want to listen first? All right, act first, questions later. Go ahead.
So do you allow him to do this, JD, or did you want to step in?
Does he stop when I suggest? Because if not, I don't want to hurt his feng shui.
Yeah, James, do you pay heed to JD, or do you continue pounding on the door?
I will continue pounding on the door.
Nice. Excuse me. So as JD is pounding on the door, as James is pounding on the door and JD is questioning this, what is Lilith doing?
I'm taking notes, almost like a small flowchart of like, if hears raised voices, pound on door, like JD intervenes, consider yes or no. Because I'm learning, but also taking note for future reference because I don't know what I'm doing.
Fair, very fair. As you're taking notes and as the kind of interruption of the argument happens, you hear the voices in the room drop to nothing. It sounded originally like a male voice and another deeper male voice, and they are silent. And all you can hear now is the sound of James's pounding on the door. But no one comes to the door.
All right, James, time to bust out the old lockpicks.
I would like to attempt to kick in the door.
All right. Why don't you roll Act Under Pressure to see how well you can do that? That's plus your cool.
But I argue that that's kick some ass instead.
You
'Cause,
could
I mean,
argue it.
How badass is it to just kick in the door?
It will be badass if you succeed on Act Under Pressure. Kick some ass is usually character versus character.
Alright. That is a 4. That is...
So this would be a good time to mention the Help Out move. If you help out another hunter, you can roll plus cool. And it can give them pluses to their rolls. Let me double check if you can do it after their roll. I think you can.
even if they both succeeded, even if they both tried to help and succeed, it would still be a failure. So.
Yeah, that's true. And also a good reminder, check your character moves if you have anything related to helping. Just really quick checking.
Actually, could I use the I know my prey with my specific thing being werewolves to have +1 ongoing with knowingly investigating, pursuing, or fighting the breed of monster?
Interesting. Yes, because you are pursuing someone who's half werewolf. So I would allow that, yeah. So that would give you a 5, right?
That would give me a 5.
Are we? I think a 6 is still a fail, right? You need to get up to a 7. Is that possible with all our?
I only rolled a 4.
Oh.
So I'm at 5 now. If they both manage to help, I can succeed with a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
I have -1 cool. Just saying.
Like it would be cool though. Dang it! I have -1 cool as well. A +3 weird.
So
I do have I have a jinx, and it does have the option to help someone. But it gives them +1 forward by interfering with their enemy, and I don't know if that's the case here.
It would not because it's a door. But in the
Yeah. future,
yes, that would be a good one to think of. So we'll say that this kicking in the door, it works sort of. So JD, or sorry, I don't know why I keep doing that. I apologize. James, James, you're strong farmer, like farmer bod, right? Like you've been working the fields in addition to slaying monsters. Like you can do this physically. What you're not used to is the city door thing, which is instead of a door that swings open and shut, it's a door that slides left and right, like a pocket door with like a little metallic hiss, you know, as it opens. And so as you go to kick in this door, you dent the shit out of it. But it does not open. It kind of bows in the middle where you kick it so that the bottom and the top peel away from the place where they were, you know, sealing the room. So you can kind of see at the bottom and the top now, and there's just a big divot where you kicked it in. And now you hear those voices again, and they're like, "Hey, what the hell?" And they're getting closer. What do you do?
I'm going to stand at the door.
What do you both do?
I'm gonna get ready to act all weird, which is a Flake-specific action, to get out of trouble.
Tell us about it.
It's act all crazy to avoid something. You roll plus weird. On a roll of 10 plus, you regard as unthreatening and unimportant. So JD is gonna adjust her tinfoil hat to a jaunty angle, pull out her flashlight and start pointing it at the door.
This is the crack police. We're looking for crack. Very important job. You have to open the door.
Go ahead and do your roll. You said it was plus weird?
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's a 7 plus 3, so that's 10, and that is, on a 10 plus, you're regarded as unthreatening and unimportant.
Nice. So here's what happens. As the voices are getting louder, you can kind of see from the metal that's been peeled down from the top of the door at the force of your kick. You see like the top of a head, I think is the best you could see from that angle. Definitely male presenting, short, like cropped hair, kind of like a cool, I don't know, like what is that called? Like a fade that like has like a cool pattern on the side here. And that head is like one eyeball like poking up off the top of the door. And you hear him say to the other deeper voice, be cool, I'm checking it out. And here's you, JD, and says, it's nobody, it's just some crazy lady. And then he like pokes his head up further and he's like, what do you want, crazy lady?
I'm here for your crack, but I'm also here to investigate a werewolf on the premises.
At this, he would say, actually, two things happen. When you mention crack, he like looks kind of guarded. You can kind of see, so you can see like both his eyes now, and he's like over the side of the door, and he's like, there's none of that here, lady.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, no, we don't. And then the guy on the right, the deeper voice that you can't see, is like, what does she know about it? And he's like, shut up. There's none of that here, and I don't know what you're talking about. What werewolf? I'd invite you in, but you broke my damn door.
That's fair. James, take it from here.
Sort of, sorry, like, side note. Can I manipulate someone without seeing them?
Are you thinking about the deep voice guy?
I'm thinking about the deep voice guy, and I have telepathy, which I can manipulate someone without speaking, but again, I don't know who it is. Like, I don't know how that works in terms of a target.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, so this is not your telepathy, though. This is something else.
In my telepathy move, it says I can manipulate someone without speaking.
Oh, the move. Yeah, you can use the
Yeah.
basic move. You still have to do something to manipulate them. So it's not like you get an automatic power to manipulate. It's when you try to manipulate someone, you can do it via telepathy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can I try to... Oh, I guess what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to convince him that that we're harmless and we in fact need help. And then
Yeah. How do you do that?
via telepathy. I don't know. I would. Oh, should I roll for it first or?
Just let us know how you're like. What are you saying to him? And are you saying it to the guy with the cool fade?
No, I'm saying it to the other guy, the one that we don't know yet.
Mystery guy.
I'm gonna try to pretend to be his internal voice.
Okay. Awesome.
That's my hope.
Love it. Do you try to sound like
it's
him?
all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sound like him.
Awesome.
Be like, actually, I mean, like, she seems like she might need some help. She seems maybe a little crazy, huh? What would I do if this was my grandma? I would call someone to help Gran.
I love the fact that like if this succeeds, this guy has like such a strong internal voice that like It's like almost external. That's awesome. Go ahead and make your roll. So that would be the manipulate someone move is plus charm.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
Nice. Let me just see the move language here. So on a 10 plus, they'll do it for the reason you gave them. If you ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it, or if there's no way they do it. So he hears this voice in his head, and he's like, for a minute, I don't know, can you read their thoughts back? I don't think so, right?
It says I can read people's thoughts and put words
okay.
in their mind.
Oh, great. So then when you say that, you hear his thoughts become, oh, wow, that's a pretty good point. Me. Huh. Okay. And out loud he says, yo man, like, I have a grandma, and maybe this grandma just needs some help. Maybe she needs some of what we got, buddy. And the guy at the door is like, are you crazy, man? And he's like, no, really. I think Paradise could help this lady. Let me see if I can get the door. And you hear on the other side of the door like the sound of metal on metal and the sound of scraping as the door is slowly slid open, even though it's busted and kind of like the part of the door that's in the top part of the ceiling is like all off the track. It's being slowly moved open, like a slow sliding open train door. And on the other side, you see a guy. He's kind of, it almost looks like he's wearing armor all over his body, even his fingers and hands and joints. But it's like almost like a bone armor. Plates, I guess, all over him. And he's like really stocky with big broad shoulders and a bald head. And he's like ripped, but made out of like maybe metal, kind of unclear. And he's standing there and he's like, hey grandma.
Hello, Tin Man. I'm so happy you're letting us inside. Let me brew us up some tea. We can discuss.
He hits the arm of the first guy and he's like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This sounds great, come on in. And just like, no questions, just retreats back into the apartment. The first guy is looking at him like he's lost his mind. And he's like, no man, I had a good idea.
Do the other two of us? I'll try and follow her in.
Please, yes, my granddaughter and my caretaker.
I'm just gonna chime in, like, she makes really good cookies, actually, to go with the tea. So, I mean, this is just a great decision all around.
Pardon her eccentricities.
The guy standing at the front of the door, he's just like losing it. And he's like, what the? This doesn't let you off the hook, man. You can't use a distraction to just get out of the argument. He's like, yeah. And the big metal guy is kind of puttering about the room. You see him for a second slide something underneath the couch that was on the table. He kind of pushes it under there and then continues walking forward. And he's like, we need a break anyway. And maybe they're interested buyers, you never know. Come on in. You're not a cop, are you? You gotta tell me if you're a cop.
Of course not. No, I said crack police, but what I meant by that was I'm in search of crack. Not I'm a cop.
I will say I am not, but from personal experience, I can tell you that is bullshit. The police do not have to tell you.
They don't?
No.
Oh no! Are you a cop? Are you a cop? Are you a cop?
No. You've known me for 20 years.
You never know. You could be deep undercover.
Oh my god. As this conversation is happening, the big metal guy, he's kind of like, you could tell that he is relishing the distraction. He's almost like baiting you for more of this, like theatric and more of this conversation. And the other guy is kind of like tapping his foot impatiently. He's a humanoid, by the way, the guy that answered the door with the cool fade. And now that you can see his whole body, he's got kind of like, it's like a red and black kind of ensemble with like belts and chains, and like he's kind of like a little bit edgy, a little bit cool, I guess you could say, or going for that look at least. Nothing supernatural about him at first glance. But he is just standing there and he's like, "Who the hell are you people? Why are you in my apartment? What is going on? You mentioned a werewolf? Is this about Shandira? What is going on?"
Our friend here was having some issues. She wouldn't stop asking for Ricky. She probably heard the name on the street somewhere while she was walking. And she would not rest until we found him. I don't know why, I don't know what's going on, but just kind of following along, making sure she doesn't get into too much trouble. Clearly I didn't do too great of a job there, but...
I'm gonna have you roll manipulate someone, because there's no real deception in this game, but you're lying with the intention of manipulating his answer, or his response to you guys. That's
right.
plus charm.
That is a 7.
On a 7, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. So what kind of response or information would you like to elicit from him in this manipulation?
Basically just, who's Ricky, so that we can show her and get out of here.
Yeah, so in asking who is Ricky and wanting to know that with this kind of deception you're putting up front, the guy who's talking to you, the red and black chains guy, he's like, "I'm Ricky. What do you want?"
I don't know what she wants, but this is Ricky. He's the person you've been looking for the past 6 hours.
6 hours? What's going on?
I mean, if you couldn't already tell, she's not all up here.
I mean, I see the hat. Did somebody from the Knights send you? I swear, we are, he looks over at the metal guy and he's like, "We are working," kind of pointedly, "we are working as fast as we can, and we're not gonna have any more trouble, are we?" And the guy's like, "No more trouble, man. No more trouble. We're gonna move the stuff. Are you from the Knights? What's going on?"
Do we know what that is?
You don't. Roll investigate a mystery plus sharp. To see if you can.
6.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what these knights are as well.
Go for it.
Would I have the bonus from
Yes,
finding,
because this is all about Shandira.
All right. That is a 8.
An 8. On an 8, hold 1. You can ask a question. So ask a question relevant to the knights and your identification of them.
What sort of creature is it, I guess, would be the closest to what I'm looking for.
So as you talk to Ricky and his associate, you get the sense that the knights stand for the Dark Knights. They kind of let this slip in conversation. And through your careful manipulation, through questions and mini deceptions, you're able to suss out that the Dark Knights are a local street gang and that they are tasked with moving around a drug. And that Ricky is not part of the Knights, but is directly involved, like kind of like a new recruit, much like you, Lilith, in this situation. And that the other gentleman here, the kind of metally guy, he is part of the Knights, and they were having an argument about this drug.
Alright, well... Alright, are you satisfied, JD? Are you done? You found Ricky. You learned all about him. Now are you ready to go back?
Not before I get some paradise! And before I make these 2 young men some tea!
And JD's gonna nudge Lilith, the resident goth, and just kind of subtly at the goth dude wearing red and black.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, I think your spikes are really cool. I don't know where you got them. I got them from like Miss Madam's Emporium on 2nd Street. You should check it out.
For a second, he's disarmed by this, and he's like, Miss Madam's is great. And then he's like, what? Get out of my apartment! Who are you people?
Come on.
The metal guy, though, at your insistence, JD, he's going to step away from the window, and he's like, see, I knew they were buyers. And he's going to go back to the metal door and slide it closed behind you guys. And the door is now closed, and it is off its hinges, so you will need someone to open it, or you may need to force it open. But he goes to the couch where he nudged something underneath it and pulls out a bunch of little glass vials. They're full of a red powder, but it's kind of like moving around in the vial, like a little hourglass with the sand falling through, but it's like moving up and down against the force of gravity within the vial and clinking against the top of the stopper and the bottom of the glass. And they're in this little tray, and he pulls it out and he's like, all right, so is this what you came for, Grandma?
Oh, yes, just let
It
me
is not.
focus
No,
on
it
this.
is not. This is not what you are here for.
Holding her back.
I don't even know if your heart could take anything, honestly.
Do I have money?
You do.
Okay, I wasn't in the character creation thing, that's why I asked.
Yeah, nope, you got money.
All right, we'll take a vial. Here's a pocket lint and some cottons.
I'll fix your door. Sorry about that. I'll come back when I have a little. Once I have her taken care of, I'll come back and fix your door for you. I'm sorry about that.
That's alright. We got worse before. Just glad you come in here to buy, not to cause trouble. You're not causing trouble, are you? He says, looking at you,
no.
James.
No. She's, as I said, she's not all there, and it is impossible to get her to stop when she gets going. I'm just trying to pull damage control, really.
Well, this'll do it for you, that's for sure. And he pulls up the vial and kind of shakes it around. He's like, all right, Grandma, you gotta pay for more than pocket lint for this, though.
All right. Here's this.
Gonna slide him a little container of 5G cream and some money.
That's for you buy something nice. Some allowance.
He looks at the money. How much do you give him?
I don't know, $20.
And he's like, it's like 100, Grandma.
Do I have $100?
You do? Do you want to spend it?
Oh, okay. We're in this deep. Slide over a hundo.
All
Oh,
right.
keep the change.
I love this image. So as James,
All right, we'll be on our way.
As
We
James-
done here? All right.
as James sighs and JD slides over a bunch of assortments from her pocket as well as $100. Metal guy pockets it. He does so not with pockets, but by sliding it into a like metal, like almost like a pouch that's been carved into his chest. It's got a little like, you know, like where you at the parking garage, you have to like put the money in and it zooms the bill into there. Kind of like that. So it kind of goes and just like goes inside the body piece. And he's like, you ever used this before, Grandma? And the other guy, the red and black,
Where do you think I got like this?
the other red and black goth guy is like, it's like,
No, she hasn't.
well, it'll make you super powerful with magic. You a magic user?
Oh, I'd like to think so.
Well, let me pull up its stats here. Want to make sure I have this right for you guys. Where's my drug tab? All right. So he explains that this paradise, and the way it's spelled, if you were to write this out, is PARAD-ACE, ACE. So he often refers to it in the conversation as ace, but it is paradise. And he explains that when you take this drug, your magic is amplified. Mechanically, you get a +1 forward to magic when using it. He also explains that time and space move a little bit differently when you are taking this drug. And it lasts for about an hour. Those may not be all of the things to know about this drug, but that is what he tells you.
You're quite the pharmacist. Thank you. We'll be on our way.
I'm gonna say I'll fix your door. So sorry again.
Ricky's like, that's okay, but what do you came in here talking about a werewolf and now you got me freaked out. Before you go, like, tell me, be straight with me, man. We hooked you up, like, what? Does this have anything to do with Shandira?
Ask her. She hasn't clued me in on anything.
Grandma.
And that is his hint that Jane is in control of this. I don't know what we want to do here.
Yes, she used to feed me at the homeless shelter. She volunteers there. And I haven't seen her in 2 days. Do you know where she is?
He looks alarmed. And he's like, yeah, no, she's there all the time. Why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say you were one of her clients? You haven't seen her in 2 days? I saw her 2 days ago. I thought she was fine.
Oh, where did you see her?
I saw her at the party like two nights ago. Down in the warehouse. Man. And then the metal guy's like, man, aren't you calling your girl enough? 2 days? That's a long time, buddy. He's like, shut up, dude.
You should text her good morning.
I should. And he like takes out his phone and immediately texts her. And then...
Good morning.
You don't know? Do you want to try to see?
No, I mean, okay, yes, let's see.
So how do you do that?
Investigate a mystery.
He
Open
pulls
the blind.
he pulls his phone away. He's not letting you in on that.
Okay.
But the other guy laughs at the image of the grandma, like kind of like peeking over the phone. He's like, I like you, grandma.
Alright.
He's like, she's not answering. What the hell? I'm gonna call her. He calls. It goes right to voicemail. He's like, what the hell? What the hell? She was supposed to... Do you think this has anything to do with the Knights? And the guy's like, no, man. Not a chance. And he's like, if they fucking touched her, I swear to God. We had a deal. I help you guys push the stuff, and that's it. We stay out of the intense business. We're just the face, man. And he's like, the big metal guy is like, there's no orders about it. I mean, I guess I could check it out later. There's a big thing tonight with the after party at Hexfest. I'm sure she'll be there, man. It's fine. Maybe she's just in a fight with you. So they kind of have this back and forth, and then the voices start to rise again. And he's like, man, I said we'd do this for a favor. And the voices get higher.
Yeah. I think this is our cue to leave.
Are we gonna try to pull open the very, very squeaky door to leave?
I will try and pull open the very squeaky door.
With time, you're able to do so, because now you've seen it function and you kind of know how it works. So with all of you pulling, as the argument escalates higher and higher, you hear more about this, like, the party tonight, the Dark Knights will be there, and then over and over again you hear Ricky say, where is she, man? Where is she? And that's what you hear as you leave the apartment.
Something tells me.
Oh, you should leave your phone number for the boy. Not saying you should steal Shandira's boyfriend, but also he might have new information later.
I don't think he's really involved here, though. That emotion seemed genuine when he found out she was missing.
Well, yes, but he does have a threat in his life.
Have we
I
already
have a
left at this
feeling.
point?
I would say you're kind of outside, out of earshot, like outside the door.
I mean, we could also investigate these gnats on our own. I don't think we need to go through Ricky to do so.
Very smart, James. You're absolutely right.
What would the party like to do next? So you've investigated one of your leads. You have the option of investigating a new lead if you think one has cropped up, or there's the ones from before as well.
We could go to the warehouse party. At least that's our party area. That's where Ricky last saw her.
That's an option. Or we could. What I was thinking is maybe. Well, what I'm thinking is maybe we could stake out this apartment, wait for the Tin Man over there to come out and tail him to figure out where these knights are and if they have anything that might be useful to us.
Could be good. It sounds like the after party that's happening tonight. The knights are going to be involved in it. So, if we stake that out, we might also see what they're doing.
Yeah, you're right. Why don't we check out something else then? We can wait for the knights until tonight. And we can hit Hexfest first, make sure she's not just there, and then we can go to then we can try and stake out this after party afterwards.
Well, alright. Does that sound good to you, Lilith?
Yeah, no, I'm cool with whatever. I mean, he didn't seem like he had a lot of information, but I kind of wanted to see if he was lying or not. Maybe she wasn't there at the warehouse party.
Can you tell if people are lying? Could you tell if he was lying now? Like, thinking back on it?
In hindsight, the fact that I can read people's thoughts, I probably should have used that ability like several minutes ago.
You
But-
could try it.
You're learning. You're new to this.
You could try it now. They're still arguing in there.
Oh. What would I need to... I guess it would be investigate a mystery.
Yes. And then
Trying
we
to think what
we
would
can
be
tailor.
applicable to like reading people's thoughts.
Actually, this might be more of a read a bad situation because it's not really about what's going on. It's like what's happening in front of you,
Okay. Let me do that.
which is plus sharp.
I got a 6.
And unfortunately, I don't think anyone can help you with this.
Oh
This
wait,
is-
no, I'm wrong. Sorry, I rolled a 6, but I have a +1. I have a 7.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
So your
I forgot
own
the
abilities
modifier.
pull you over the threshold here for a success. So on a success, take a look at the questions in Read a Bad Situation. You can pick one of those.
Would we be considering Shandira as a victim?
Yeah, you can tweak it in that way.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to say what's the best way to protect the victim, aka Shandira.
Okay. So as you reach out with your powerful telepathic mind, whose mind are you reading with this question?
I feel like Ricky doesn't really know. So I'm kind of going to take a gamble and go for the night guy.
Yeah. So in reaching out into his mind, at first you feel like that metallic barrier to kind of go through his thoughts. He has a harder head than most of the people you read thoughts on. But you're able to get inside his head again. And you learn, kind of like just being in the interior of his mental space, you learn his name is Ernie Pilsner, but he's called Rascal in the Dark Knights gang. So that is now something you know about him. And how best to protect Shandira? You learn from reading Ernie's mind that Shandira, he knows this, has become addicted to paradise, the drug. That is something he knows that he has not shared with Ricky. And so he's thinking, he doesn't know for sure, but he's thinking maybe it has something to do with that.
Can I call within earshot of them?
Like on the phone?
No. Like we're outside of the apartment, but can I yell back at them?
Yeah, for sure. They're in the middle of a heated argument, but you can definitely interrupt.
I want to yell at him, "Rascal! Don't mess up the delivery," and then just like scamper down the stairs.
Ooh. He stops mid-shout and just goes, "What the? What?" And that's the last you hear from him as you run down the stairs, as he is like thoroughly freaked out because he did not introduce himself to you. So as
That was amazing, Jerry. Good job.
I want him to think that I'm like someone in the night that he doesn't know is someone in the night, so like play along.
Okay, so with that intention, he's like, "What?" And then he immediately stiffens up. It's that expression, like, to JD and James, you can see this. Lilith has already scampered away. But it's that expression when you remember something you've forgotten. So it's like that, oh, shit, like that kind of a look. And he definitely thinks that he got, that he, thought that you were this like random person, but then he's like starting to put the pieces together. You're still a little connected to his mind, and he's like, oh, like why else would they be here? Of course they are connected. And he's just now thinking, not sure about you two, JD and James, but definitely that Lilith is in the know with the Dark Knights. So he will take that knowledge forward with him. But the party exits the apartment, and as you do so, you find yourselves in the town square. Hexfest has been set up. Let me change the music, and we'll set the scene for that, and then we'll go to a little bit of a bio break here. Or actually, I'll describe it. Let's do this, because like my tech skills are like so. So let's describe first, and then when we come back, the music will be ready for you. So as you step out of the building, Hexfest is all around you. What was previously just, tents being set up is now a thriving festival. There's a little bit of like a TEDx stage happening. So like there's like, you see a old witch type woman with like long gray hair and like just stereotypical hag features, big nose, wart, like big bushy eyebrows, but she's wearing a power suit. Like she's like wearing like a matching like pantsuit jacket sort of thing. And it's amazing. And the hat, she's like a big pointed hat, but it's the same color as the rest of the suit. And she's like testing the mic, and she's like, "No, I don't think, no, louder? No, okay, sound check. And she's got a cauldron bubbling behind her. So she might be the first speaker at Hexfest. There's also a bunch of stands set up, lots of apothecary, potions, ingredients, magical things being sold. And people have started to mill about, and there seems to be like this energy in the air. And that's where you find yourselves. Also, you see two things notable in this plaza. You see a poster describing the after party. It's kind of like designed for young people. It's got a lot of hashtags and things that older folks may not recognize. It's littered with QR codes, and it's clearly going for like the connected generation. But it's saying, it's at the warehouse, and it is going to be amazing, like lit. All the cool people are going to be there. Only the like best, hippest speakers from Hexfest will be there. And that's happening tonight in the warehouse in the industrial district. So you see those posters posted everywhere. And then you also notice what you hadn't noticed before, but now that you know the context, you see it. There's graffiti on lampposts, at the corner of buildings where they meet the cement, on like a fire hydrant, and it is the vial that you hold in your hand, JD, or in your pocket. It is clearly that vial, and on either side of the vial are angel wings. and that is graffitied everywhere. Small, subtle, but you see it. And with that, we'll go to a bio break, and I will figure out the music when we come back. Please leave cameras on, because I'm just trying to make it work today.
Okay, I love that lady in a power suit.
Yes, oh my god.
I'm so excited. All right.
have audio. We should have some music playing. Let me know how that music volume is, if it's too loud, chat, give a shout out. But let's return to the site of Hexfest, which is bustling with a variety of characters who have traveled, some from outside of Port City, some local, but who are all here to share their love of the supernatural and magic. The party has just come from a encounter with what ended up being some emissaries from the Dark Knight Gang. They are peddling Paradise, the drug, that can enhance magic and mess with time and space. Our very own JD is in the possession of such a drug, and they started noticing graffiti all over town that represents this vial with angel wings coming off the sides. You guys have a few leads to pursue?
Music's a little too loud.
Oh, music's too loud?
The Hexfest is a little too loud.
It's not. We are at Hexfest, yes. Turbo Turkey.
It's poppin'.
It's
Super crowded.
Oops.
It's poppin'.
All right, that's at half volume, so keep me posted if that is good or not. But yes, so Monster Hunters, what would you like to do? You are at Hexfest. You have a few leads. Shandira may be in danger, maybe not. We're not sure. What's your next move?
For me,
First
I'm
off,
not sure. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I'm concealing all of my weapons. Well, leaving the shotgun in the car, so to speak, and then everything else is hidden in a large jacket.
Okay. Well, we'll
Fluorescent orange, like high-vis hunter type jacket.
Nice. Awesome. Do you have the shotgun kind of underneath the orange jacket?
No, it's in the car.
It's in the car. Awesome. Okay. Keep that in mind, that you don't have it on your person.
My shotgun with me, but I'm wearing raggedy ass clothes, so it's like, I don't know, between her pendulous grandma titties, like concealed.
I have mine, but I've also decorated it with like little bat skulls, so people just think it's a prop, and that's what I tell them.
Awesome. I love it. You actually see a number of folks who have a similar setup. They have weapons, ? Like they have things that may or may not be intimidating armaments, or perhaps their adornments on their outfit. You know there are other monster hunters in this region, but you guys have like a loose union of people that hunt monsters. You don't really have anyone that's accountable to you. You're not really accountable to others. People just tend to form teams. So you kind of clock people and you're like, are you a hunter? Are you a threat? Just keeping your eye on the crowd. How would you like to spend your afternoon? It is kind of midday since you've arrived in Port City. And yeah, you're in the bustle of it.
And as much as I'd like to stick around and watch that very intriguing grandma give a very intriguing speech, we should investigate this graffiti. I think it leads to where Paradise is being sold.
Yeah, could I see that picture of Shandira again?
I'm gonna just hand you my phone.
Listen, I acknowledge my flaws. I have no idea how to work this.
I pull up the picture and then hold it in front of him.
Thank you.
As you're looking at the picture on the screen, it is still being bombarded with memes and smiley faces and how are you guys? Oh my god, I miss you already.
Jesus Christ.
You're the ones that love her and not me. I'm not sure what to do with this.
Yeah, see, the nice thing about having my dumb phone here is it don't get all those little videos and little pictures and stuff. It just gets it only gets the messages if it's text.
But you also can't look at cute cat videos, so I consider that a downgrade.
Yeah, I can use my computer for that.
I want to see you whip out a whole laptop just to look at a cat video. Like one of those really clunky,
You think this man has a lot? He
HD
has a
ones.
clunky, like, huge desktop from, like, the
Yeah.
90s.
It's sitting at home. It's definitely from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like the off like bone white, weird plasticky.
The
Classic.
border is
Big
like
ol'-
an inch and a half thick around the screen.
Yeah, and it's like a CRT monitor.
As you take out this technology, you have it on you?
I don't. No.
Okay.
No. It's sitting at home. It's sitting at home.
Okay.
No,
I
just
thought you-
whipped out
you had it,
my
like, foldable.
giant ass computer. No. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna say that someone came by and was like, "Oh, is this a magic ware you're selling?" It's fair. It's
No.
fair.
That would have been great, but no, it's sitting at home.
I feel like James would have a pager, like an old school beeper on a belt sort of thing. He's
Definitely.
like, that's the most effective means
would
of
have.
communication.
He knows it's not the most effective, but it's the most effective that he can use effectively.
It's in one of the pouches on your orange hunter's jacket if you need it.
Yeah.
And you all have his pager number.
Yeah. He also does have a cell phone. It's just one of the old, like, dumb flip phones.
It's fair.
Nokia.
It's fair.
And he does know how to use that, at least.
It's no longer Nokia. It's Vampkia, and it's owned by a vampire in charge of the company.
Of course it is. That makes total sense somehow.
Yeah, the battery
There's
never
also
drains.
their-
It just never drains.
If you
There's
use that
a-
Nokia as a bludgeoning weapon at any point, I don't know if that's allowed, but
Yeah, there's tons of improvised weapons in this game.
great, good. Let's improvise some weapons.
Not to be
Speaking-
confused with their competitor Monsterola.
Yes.
Get them all out of here,
you do
God.
you see some merch. I mean, there's merch booths. There's Monsterola and Vampkia here represented.
Great stuff.
There's lanyards.
I would like a lanyard. I'm
Yeah?
gonna go get a Monsterola lanyard.
They give
Like
you
an
a
outdoor
yes.
booth setup. I'm getting like business convention vibes with all like little doodads and stuff. Which
Totally.
I love shiny things.
Ooh, JD comes back like Mardi Gras style with multiple lanyards from Monsterola. And yes, so resolving the phone first though, James, you see a picture of Shandira sent to you by Amy, your pseudo niece, your chosen family. And she does have like the light hair, kind of like a peach fuzz hair all over her body, one yellow eye, and then very dark brown hair. And she's smiling, and she's actually standing next to what you now recognize to be half of Ricky. So it's like he's like kind of half in the picture, but Amy has cropped it to crop Ricky out.
I would
Alright.
notice the spikes everywhere.
All right. Well, I think we should just look around Hexfest first before we do any specific investigation. I mean, if you mentioned she was on this drug, I mean, you said something about making time work different. Maybe she's just on some kind of bender from it.
Well, alright, I'll look for more lanyards. Unless you think they have tracking chips in them or something. Let me just tear one of these apart and check it really quickly.
Just take my big
it's-
hunting knife and just like through the lanyard.
Oh, Jesus.
Nope, seems fine. Alright, let's get a bunch of lanyards and look for the
I
werewolf.
don't even.
Lilith,
He was only half kidding. He was only half lying about being her caretaker. Jesus Christ.
as your party is tearing apart lanyards, you are distracted. You do notice that in all of these booths there are lots of shiny things. There's an entire booth of crystals, crystallology, lots of gems and things hanging around. There's booths that sell purely glitter, so there's a bunch of glitter in jars with different properties, or so they say. Yes, plenty of sparkles abound.
I would like to casually walk by the crystal booth.
As you casually walk by the crystal booth, you're greeted by a kind of like completely smooth-skinned, dark complexion, almost like a statuesque, like marble type look. If she stood still enough, she would almost look like a statue. She opens her eyes and they are made of crystal, like beautiful glowing luminescent stone. And she has her hair in like a braid pleated on the side of her head, kind of like draped down to her waist, and like long flowing robes. And she smiles at you and she's like, welcome.
Your eyes are beautiful and I could get lost in them.
Thank you. That's the property. They're distracting. We sell them right here. And she has a jar of like different crystals that it seems like she can plug and play her eyes.
So is this like a piece of you or like other people?
They're mined, all natural, organic, open sourced. Pick your adjective.
That's super metal. I dig it.
You don't need to affix them to your body necessarily. They can be used in other ways to enhance magic castings.
I've never heard of that, and that's super cool. I mean, I know another girl that she has like cool eyes too. She has like one yellow like werewolf eye and like a regular eye. I don't know if you've ever seen her, but it's super sick.
I've seen a lot of people today, but I don't remember seeing anyone like that. I have seen someone else with interesting eyes, and she points across the fest, kind of like honing in through the crowd, and you see someone in a uniform. It has kind of like big shoulder pads with like PVC looking like shiny plastic, and the rest is like skin tight body suit with like gold or brass rather buttons and hooks and things, and there's a weapon at the hip. Seems to be some kind of like laser pistol or something of the sort, and it looks like kind of an official guard of the town. And she's not facing you, but you can assume she has interesting eyes.
I would like to turn back to the crystal lady. Can I call her that?
My name is Crystal. It's just for convenience purposes.
Oh, okay. Cool. Can I hold your eye?
This one?
Yes.
I suppose. As long as you buy. She kind of unscrews it, and you can see on the head is like just a socket. Kind of like rough-hewn stone, but like sunken in a little bit. And the crystal on the still affixed rotates so it can look at you, and she hands you the crystal that was in her eye, or was her eye. It's warm.
How much?
Oh, a collector, I see. Well, if you get them in a batch, and she pushes the jar towards you with a whole bunch of other similar crystals, and they're very shiny and sparkly in the sun, that would be around $300. You do not have $300. You have $200. But James and JD have more money than you.
Wait, she's selling me the jar and not like the...
She's trying to cut a deal with you.
Oh, I see.
She wants to sell you more.
Oh, I see. I really only need the one eye. I don't want to like... I'm also going on a bit of a minimalism kick, so I would just like the single eye.
Oh, all right, if you insist. And she kind of tilts the jar towards you again, and it sparkles in the sun, glittering.
Ow, I mean, perhaps we can cut a deal. What do these crystals do?
You're pointing at a different jar of crystals. What do you imagine they look like?
I don't know, like all different colors, like red and blue and green and stuff. I'm like pointy and crystally.
They're very multicolored. She's like, oh, those can be ground up into vitamins.
Vitamins!
Damn it.
As you guys are having this conversation with the crystal vendor, the guard that she had pointed out kind of crosses the plaza, making her way through the throngs of people. You see people actually move out of the way as she moves forward. She has her hand on her hip on the laser pistol, and kind of walks up behind you all and nods at the crystal vendor and says, "You're keeping things in order? No more trying to scam customers today, I assume. to the crystal vendor, and the crystal vendor's like, "Oh no, no, we're good now. We're all good." The guard, who has her hair is like pushed up inside a helmet, like a white helmet that kind of has like a little visor that can be pulled down over her eyes and has like an overhead display. So you can't really see what her hair looks like, but her eyes have kind of like almost matrix code running across them. And you get the sense that it can connect to other parts of her suit. And she looks at you all three and says, "This lady hasn't been trying to pull one over on you, has she?"
Well, I think anyone selling crystals with powers is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but I also know that those can sometimes have power. So I don't know if she is or not, but I do know she's trying to sell us crystals saying that they can do something.
Well, you're in Hexfest, so that's kind of what you buy into when you come into this thing.
Can I read her mind?
Yes, you can.
Would it be investigate?
It would be... Interesting. I wonder if I could just give you like a mind read for this ability. Let me check your playbook. Because it's supposed to be an amplifier of moves. But like, oftentimes you're not triggering a specific move. You still roll moves as normal. I guess maybe that's too powerful.
I mean, maybe it would just be investigate mystery and like what is being concealed here. Like, are you tricking me sort of thing.
It's not about the mystery, though, necessarily. Maybe read a bad situation? I don't know if that's one your playbook can do. Yeah, you can. You can do that one. Let's do read a bad situation. Trying to figure out if this is a threat to you or not. Because it's kind of like in the now, in the immediate scene.
Okay.
So that's plus
it's
sharp.
Plus sharp. Okay, hold on. Oh, I got a 12.
Woo!
I got +1.
That's like a nat 20. On a 12 plus, you may ask me any questions that you want about the situation, not just the listed questions.
Oh.
So you're reading her mind, and you are able to read her like an open book.
I'm going to, or I mean, I guess I could be doing it telepathically, because I don't have to be speaking to her.
Yep.
Telepathically, I'm going to ask her, let's be real, what is the MSRP?
Are you going to talk to her, or do you want to read her thoughts? Do a thought scan?
Oh, no, because I can ask a question without needing to actually talk.
Yes. But do you want to do that, or do you want to, like, on the down low, read her thoughts first? Or do you want to communicate with her?
I can do both, or that's what I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, me too. It says you can read people's thoughts and put words in their mind. So it can be an either or if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
So you can either just kind of like root around in there, like you did with Ernie, with Rascal.
Oh, okay.
Or you can. You also talk to Rascal too, so you could do either one.
Okay, I'm gonna root around in her head and see how much it actually is.
Oh, the crystals?
Yeah.
You're doing this on the crystal lady, not the guard?
Oh, no, I was doing it on the crystal lady. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You're like, let's stay focused here. Come on. Yeah, the crystal lady, she is super overcharging you. These are like Yankee Candle kind of level things, and she is just trying to gouge you on the price. They should be like $12.
Sorry, you said $12?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's actually thinking at this moment, please don't tell her they're not $12. Please don't tell her they're not $12. Like, thinking you're going to snitch on her to the guard.
I'm just gonna... I can speak to her telepathically. So I'm just gonna say, I know they're worth $12. And I want the whole jar. I'm gonna tell the guard.
I'm getting big April vibes from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
The lady, her one eye widens, like the flesh around the eye is like, woo, and like the eyebrow, which is also like very crystalline, like raises up. The other socket widens too, but it's not as effective because you have the eye in your hand. And she like looks at you and like looks at the guard. She's like, of course not, Protector. We're all fine here, and she looks pointedly at you, and we're going to be fine going forward, of course.
I'm gonna cock my head and say, I want it for $12, and now I'm gonna count to 12.
She's like, of course, and these
Two.
are obviously yours for whatever price I said earlier, which is the price that they've always been, which is $12.
I'm gonna hand her $12, hold it very close to me, and say, thank you so much for such a great gift.
The Protector, which you've now identified as the name of the guard in this town, or this city, is going to just like look between all of you and say, all right, something's going on here, but I don't think I care about it. And the crystal seller will hand over the crystal, slowly take that money, kind of sheepishly, giving you an eye like, please don't tell her, please don't tell her. And just be like, thank you so much. Please come back. And she's like shaking her head like, don't ever come back. The Protector looks at the three of you and says, all right, well, I don't care actually about all of this. You stop cheating people. Don't make me come back here again. The three of you, are you hunters? You've got that look. Especially you, she says, actually looking at all three of you.
Especially you. Wait, all of you look.
Yeah, like she wanted to like say you, but then like does the and you, especially you, all.
Oh, we're hunting something. Why? Do you have a monster that needs hunting?
If I did, I wouldn't share it with you. All you do is get in the way. Hunters ruining the trail on all my leads.
We're just trying to find someone for a friend.
Well, stay out of official business. It's not a vigilante town. The Protectors are here, and we're the ones that solve crimes and help people. Don't forget it.
We'll stay out of your way as much as we can.
Can you tell us what the official business is so we know to stay out of it?
Of course I can't tell you what the official business is.
James will kind of nudge Lilith with his elbow like, hey, she's probably thinking about it right now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Do I roll again? I'm not sure how that...
Yeah, because it's a new target and it's a
Okay.
new question.
Would it still be read a bad situation?
This would be investigating a mystery because
Okay, this
you're
would be
looking into the
investigating a-
connection with the larger mystery.
Okay. Investigate a oh, they're both with sharp. Okay, it doesn't look too much.
Yeah, just the questions are different.
Oh, I got a 3.
Oh no.
Oh,
So-
sorry, a 4. I keep forgetting. Not that it matters, but I keep forgetting the plus.
So it's interesting actually because like your telepathy is really powerful, but it's also one of the only things that your team really can't help you on because it's like a unique ability to you. So it's powerful, but it has to be powerful on a hit, which is interesting. But yes, so what happens is that you are running into interference when you try to read this woman's thoughts, and her eyes have the matrix code scrolling across, and you have a sense that there's some kind of programming that is blocking your mental prowess.
Alright, well, so we're trying to find a friend, alright? We're just trying to find a friend. And I will just give her the description of Shendir and just be like, have you seen her around? I mean, I know it's a long shot, but...
I'm gonna hold up the picture. Ignore the gifts. I'm really sorry.
She kind of swipes them off the phone because they had covered up the entire phone, like the entire picture, and it's just like, oh my god, I saw a cute puppy. Oh my god, did you guys try this place? It has the best noodles. Like there's just all of these types.
We're trying to find your friend. Why are you telling us about puppies?
When she clears it away, she looks at the photo and she's like, I haven't seen this individual. But if you want to file a report, I can take your report now. And she kind of clicks something on the side of her head, and the visor comes down.
We're fine for now. It hasn't, that whole thing about, wait 24 hours before you call the police. She just hasn't checked in. She was supposed to be home last night. She probably just staying at a friend's place or something. We just wanted to see. We just figured she'd be here, so we figured we'd chat.
No, there have been a lot of reports of missing people lately, and it's been in this area, so I find it very suspicious. I have already scanned the photo, and I have registered the individual in the database, so I will be on the lookout for this person. And I caution you again, hunters, this is not a Wild West kind of town. The protectors are in charge here, and so I would appreciate if you stayed out of our business. We will take care of the missing people, and we will find the reason behind it. Thank you very much.
Alright, we'll stay out of your hair.
She kind of self-consciously reaches up, and you can't really see her hair. She's making sure it's not sticking out.
It's just an expression.
I know that.
Oh, you do such a good job, dearie. Thanks for keeping this old woman safe.
And I'm gonna pat her on the back and try to stick something to her back.
Ooh, interesting. What are you sticking to her back?
And I stick a piece of paper that says "kick me" to her back.
I thought it was gonna be a tracker or something.
Easy enough to do.
I'll be back in a second.
Who of you can use magic again?
I can.
So, I will note, just because you're kind of getting into some hijinks, if you ever want to use magic for your hijinks, you can, or use it for anything really. Magic is a very open-ended mechanic of this game.
Really? Okay, because I saw the list of effects.
Yes. So in fact, the effects are pretty much general. So it's you can do really whatever with magic.
No.
Now I have the ability to tell you, you let me know what you want to do, and depending on how it scales in the level of, if this was D&D, is it a level 1? Is it a cantrip? Is it a level 5?
Is it a wish spell? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But that's all kind of at discretion of the group, and so we could talk about it because we're creating the magic of this world basically together. So I can let you know, oh, well, you can do that, but it'll require these materials, or oh, it takes a long time, or we're kind of just putting our own parameters on it. But for little simple cantrip-y things, all you have to do is say, I want to do this with my magic, and then you roll for it. So it's very open-ended.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. I wish I'd known that about the door. I could have mended it.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to pull up things as they become relevant, but for some reason a kick me sign triggered that, but a door didn't. I don't know why.
You can say, yeah.
But you can make the kick me sign flash or glow or some kind of effect if you'd like.
I would like that. I would like it to be a blingy, the blingy stuff that used to be on MySpace. Oh god, am I old? I would like it to do that.
Yes. Yeah, roll for it as you, I assume, conjure this sign as well, right? Or did you have a kick me sign ready to go?
Ready.
That's a 6+3. Oh, what was that?
No, sorry. I was just saying, if I use Jinx, would it be considering that I could help her? But it's by interfering with their enemy, so I'm not sure. Are we going to consider her our enemy because she sucks?
I would say yes, she would be considered a target of the spell. So
Okay.
yeah, that could count. And it's a negative thing that you're doing. It's not something helpful. So
Okay.
yeah, and
I would
then-
like to roll additional stuff, jinxiness.
Yeah.
Maybe if it will help her not notice. It's plus
Sure.
weird, which is +2.
I got a 9 for my thing. So I guess it's the effect plus the glitch. So the effect is of short duration.
Awesome. Okay, so that's the glitch on your spell
Yeah.
I rolled
Perfect.
a 7, which
for your jinx.
gives me hold 1.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I could help JD by giving them +1 forward.
Mm-hmm.
Would that then go on top of your 9? I don't know if getting a 10 makes it any different.
It would take it into the next class if you get a 10. Did you roll a 9?
Yeah, so what I did, I rolled a 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives +1 forward to JD. JD rolled a 9.
JD,
Or
you have a
maybe I'm
9. Yeah, no, if you have a 9 for your base, like what you're submitting, and then your jinx gives a +1 forward, then yes, that would allow you to have a 10 for your roll, JD. First, let's resolve the jinx. So what does it look like when you jinx someone, Lilith?
So I can encourage coincidences to occur. I'm gonna say might be a little out there. I'm gonna say that there's someone with like a really like old school tech radio. You know, all these hunters, they have their weird doodads. This guy with a really old school tech radio, and somehow the way he's adjusting it is causing like her eyeball system to glitch a little bit.
That's awesome. Very cool. So that's happening. But what it like physically, as you like jinx someone, are you all mental with it, or are you doing anything somatically?
I want it to be kind of like what is it, like Bewitched? She does like the weird like nose thing. I can't do it, but that's more or less what I want it to be.
Perfect. So JD, you see Lilith kind of wiggle her nose, Bewitched style, and you feel a glitch in the matrix. And then what happens with your magic?
So, for JD's magic, as she pats this skull under the guise of being a helpless grandma, when her hand leaves the fabric, is she wearing armor? Whatever it is, the surface that she touched.
Kind of like plasticky, like a little bit of a hard plastic.
Yeah, it's like she's stamped, like with a rubber stamp graffiti that's very glittery that says "Kick me."
I love it. Yes, this happens. Let me review your magic roll though. You got a hit, or now you had a +10, so the magic works without issue. So yes, this is a very successful spell for the kick me sign.
Can it be the type of glitter that always sheds forever and you're never going to be able to get rid of it? You'll find it in your shoes like 2 years later.
Yes. So you have permanently marred this protector's armor with forever glitter that says kick me. She feels your hand on her back and she's like, "Please do not touch the body of a protector. We are here to defend you, not to be touched by you."
Oh, just a crazy old lady. Let's go.
I'm keeping my eye on you, hunters. And I will solve this mystery for you. Stay out of my way.
I really hope you do that here.
She whirls on her heel, kind of like military style, where like the one heel pivots and she like rotates the whole body quickly. And you see the kick me and glitter. It's like across the entire back, just like sparkling and glowing. And she has a little train behind her of just glitter as it falls off. And it's attracting the attention of the crowd. And so people are beginning to like pick some up and like throw it in the air and be like, "Hexfest!"
So much glitter.
And she's like, "Stop it! Why are you celebrating behind me? Please, cease," as she walks forward.
Alright, time to leave.
Okay, I get it. Why did you have to choose the glitter? I've spent so much time getting glitter out of my jacket from last time you did this.
Oh, you know me. It's actually the glitter's an effective tracking mechanism. She'll leave a trail wherever she goes.
But also, is there still one on here from last time?
You'll see more glitter, but it's like a different color, so you know it's from the previous time she's used this.
Jesus, it's 2 years ago. How does it stay here?
Oh, that must have been from the time we fought that Sasquatch. He was quite cantankerous. Did not enjoy being glittered.
Yeah, I don't think anyone enjoys being glittered.
Oh, speak for yourself.
As you say, I don't think anyone enjoys being glittered. You see the hulking form of a giant, what appears to be like an anteater type person. Like huge, almost like, kind of like the radish from that Miyazaki film, like kind of just like a big snuffly snout and like kind of like a wobbly figure, and is making his way through the crowd and is slurping up the glitter behind the person and is just like, oh, very delicious, and just is like following after her.
Okay.
I
Almost
think they made a love
everyone
connection.
does not enjoy getting glitter.
I'm glad they found each other. Hopefully he'll distract her a little bit. Should we ask about these graffiti things? I think they're clues leading to places where people can buy drugs.
Based on my previous foray career as a 2-decade-long Spirit Halloween employee, do I recognize any of the vendors?
Well,
Maybe
first
they're
of
like,
all, could you explain Spirit Halloween to our viewers?
Spirit Halloween in this universe is somewhat of a hunter store for all of your hunter needs. If you need a disguise, if you need to purchase copious amounts of salt and holy water, if you need to access the garlic section, but we have to keep it safe for our vampire customers. So, as you can tell, at Spirit Halloween, we make your day more spooky. I just love it.
That's absolutely how you greeted customers. We make your day more spooky.
I don't know what the slogan is, but that's what I decided it was here.
Perfect. Yes, sorry, what was your question? I got really deep into that lore a little bit.
If I knew any of the vendors around, I mean, maybe they used to be a vendor of mine and now they broke out their own small business and I want to support them as well.
Yeah, no, you absolutely do. You see some of the garlic vendors who have all of their garlic in glass cases so as not to offend anyone peanut allergy style with the scent of garlic in the air. So they're there. It's a little kind of like halfling type racial type. I don't know if halflings exist in this world. They do now. Two little halfling folks. They're twins. And they have been great suppliers of Spirit Halloween in the past. Finest garlic, very like undertone notes, different types, different flavors. So they're there. You also see a celestial expert. She has a stand of various holy waters, talismans, books with like incantations. She has a gold robe with 2 angel wings printed on the back of it, and she has kind of like tiny braids that come down along the sides of her head and then come into like a bigger like plaited braid running down either side of her face. And she's standing there. She's sold many holy water vials to you as well in the past.
I'm gonna walk up to her and like hold my fist out and be like, "Hey, what's up, Cersei? How are you doing?"
That's absolutely her name.
I just picked one. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is a collaborative game, so I love that. Yes, Cersei is very excited to see you, and she's like, I thought you quit. You're here? You're representing the store?
Oh no, I'm out of the game now, but I'm doing some like a new side project. We'll see how it goes. It's a bit of like an internship situation right now, and I'm not really getting paid, but it's cool.
Well, congratulations. What kind of internship?
I would like to like
Oh,
gesture over JD and James
Oh,
and be like,
James
"So these
was
are my
already
mentor."
walking up like, hey, who's this? You look like you recognize each other.
Okay, so these are like my mentors, and they're supposed to like teach me how to like not die while I'm doing my job, and they're pretty cool. Hey JD, can you show her the vial? I mean, Cersei, I don't know if this is something you would like recognize, but we got this like super sketchy vial, and I kind of want to know where it's from if you like had any idea.
Oh,
Cersei, are you a cop?
actually, I don't have to tell you if I am. That's a misconception.
Yeah, I told you.
Well, I thought I'd
Oh,
ask
I guess I
anyway.
did
All right. Here's
Yeah,
this.
she's cool.
Yes, no, I'd be happy to take a look at it. And nice to meet you. What are your names?
I'm James.
Yes, and I'm Jasmine Doolittle.
Ooh, Jasmine Doolittle, noted.
That's correct. That is my legal name. All right, take this drug now.
Lilith and James, this is not the name she's ever given before. It's a different one every time.
I am not going to correct.
I'm gonna like make a face like I thought I just learned my mentor's name, but I guess not, and just
Kind of like turn around so that the lady can't see and just look at Lilith just like,
Do you hand the vial to Cersei?
Yes. Saw that graffiti on the wall. I thought it matched your jacket. Do you know anything about that?
Why don't you roll Act Under Pressure to see if you can stop the protectors who are in the Hexfest vicinity from seeing you hand over a potentially illicit drug?
please take the drugs.
why did you show it to her? Oh my god.
Well, that's a 3. So, is it worth using a luck point here, do you think?
You can definitely use luck points.
Amelia?
So let me pull
Yeah,
out-
that exists.
Yes.
I forgot this mechanic.
So did your GM. Yay.
I'm feeling lucky today. Luck point spent.
Excellent. So let me pull up the luck point page just so we have a little check-in on luck points. Thank you for reminding me. Because I usually think of them in combat, but I encourage you to spend them before combat. I 100%.
Well, I mean, I do want to fight someone at some point, but...
Let's see. So, luck points. Oh my gosh, this book is a very big book.
Mary, your mug is so cute. I love the little frog.
My D&D friends gave it to me. I
How
love
happy he looked.
He's so big and cute. I love
my
frogs. More than life
Is
itself.
there
I
a
love
frog
your little...
on your car?
Isn't
You
that
also a
amazing?
frog?
Oh, isn't he the... It comes off. You can, like, be on
Oh my
the...
god,
Aw.
it's so
I
cute. I
love
love
it
his
so...
eyes. All right,
He's
luck
adorable.
points. So, every hunter has a certain amount of luck that you can call on in emergencies. When you mark off a point of luck, you can choose one of the following lucky breaks. So, you can decrease a wound that you have suffered to 0 harm. It's a flesh wound. Or, after you roll, you can retroactively change the result to a 12 automatically. So, you get a limited supply of luck. Once it runs out, your luck runs out. So, you are using a luck point, correct?
Yes.
All right, so as you take out this vial, you have a 12 plus on your roll, so you may choose to either do what you wanted and something extra, or you can do what you wanted to absolute perfection.
I'm gonna do what I wanted and also give her a grandmotherly pat on the butt. Like a friendly... How'd you doing?
Sit to Cersei.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my god, I love it. So you take out the vial, you palm it in your hand to kind of like shield it from the protectors that are walking through this area. And you show it to Cersei and give her the butt pat, and she's like, ooh! And she looks kind of like delighted by this a little bit. Like, she's like, oh, oh my! So friendly! Oh,
And they were gal pals.
focusing. Yes. Oh my. Oh, that's an illicit drug. Where did you get this?
Oh,
So we found it
Huh?
somewhere, and we just thought it might have a hint to like where our friend's roommate is. But
Ooh.
like, no, I have no idea where we got it. We found it.
And you say it has the wings. Well, my wings signify the angelic presence in a city. Guardian angels are distributed to many different cities to protect people, to keep things safe in a much more natural way, let's say, than these guys. And she points to the protectors that are like patrolling the crowd, and like one of them is like yelling at a child who's like stepping over a line on the ground that says, like, you know, please stand behind the line for the performers. And she's like, get behind the line! And the kid's like, ah! And Cersei continues on. Yes, the guardian angels are mystical protectors of people. They are not biased. They're not kind of influenced by human problems. And we're here to help support them. I have many things here to help heal or support or encourage guardian angels. And usually that's what the wings stand for.
Could one of your coworkers have, like, lost their way? Is there anything that you guys are, like, capable of that could, like, relate to this drug?
I don't know about that per se. I suppose it is possible for a guardian angel to lose their way, but I suppose it would be dependent on what they do. Some guardian angels are fighters, some are healers. I suppose I'd have to know who was in this town to know for certain.
Well, I mean, if you hear anything, let me know. I mean, we're really not sure where this is supposed to be going, or we're really not sure much about the background of this drug, but if you hear anything, I mean, of course, let me know and keep up the good work.
Oh, certainly. You know, if you wanted to ask the guardian angel himself, I know that he oftentimes is working at the homeless shelter, kind of organizing the volunteers there, doing good works. Perhaps that would be a place to inquire. And if you ever need anything related to angelic services, you know where to find me.
Awesome. What's his name?
I've heard, I have never met him. He's one of our longest standing agents, kind of a celebrity in a lot of ways. Humatil is his name.
Humatil?
Humatil, yes.
I like yours better.
Oh, thank you.
That's fine.
Thank you very much. It's very kind of you.
Well, Cersei, keep it cool. And what is she, can I see, like, what she's selling? Can I just, like, buy something because I like her?
Yeah, so on the table you see, let me double check actually.
Actually running low on... Is she offering holy water?
She is. So she has holy water. Let me just make sure.
I've actually been running low on holy water. I might take some of that if you don't mind.
She definitely can sell the holy water. The holy water is around, I would say the ones that are extra blessed are like $60, and your run-of-the-mill holy water for ceremonial purposes, everyday uses, not very potent, is around $30.
Take the, I guess, extra blessed.
She hands you a few vials of the extra blessed holy water. Let me double check though. I want to make sure I get all of the cool things on her table.
And I'll put that in. I'm assuming I have a pocket that's like insulating the holiness.
Like a waterproof pocket with a cross or something on it.
Yes,
like,
I don't know, something to make it so that it doesn't
like
affect
like a camelback, or what is it called? Like
Camelback to sip holy water.
Camelback with a holy water.
We need to get you a squirt gun so you can like the holy water.
Yeah, he'll just a pocket to make sure it doesn't affect any non-hostile creatures.
That's fair. That's fair. Yes, you guys can definitely outfit your your setup. You've been doing this forever, so I assume that you have a great setup for yourselves.
Lots of pockets. There's so many pockets.
Lots of pockets.
Cargo shorts are like a big part of like summer monster hunting. Like the pockets are ideal.
Cargo pants are, well, he doesn't wear cargo pants. He just has a lot of pockets in his jacket.
Cargo vest? Oh.
Cargo vest.
Pretty much cargo jacket.
It's actually one of the tells for monster hunters is their numerous pockets.
Yeah.
Do they sell dresses here with a lot of pockets?
They do.
Come on.
In any universe, I would like that.
I know, right? I want the pocket dress.
Could I also get back my free sample?
It was not free.
She hands it back to you, but she's not as covert as you were. So if you would like to intervene to help her hand it back to you in a much more subtle way, you're welcome to roll Act Under Pressure. Otherwise, she's just kind of holding it out to you as though it's like right out there in the open.
All right, act under pressure. It's a 6 minus 1, so it's a 5.
Can I also jinx, or is that like?
You can, unless there's a limit to your jinx on your sheet.
No. Probably would be help a hunter.
Yeah, I can take it. I can take it, and I'll try. And,
Yeah.
all right, I got this, and I'll try and do it. 'Cause
With the
I
help-
at
the
least
help
don't
move?
have a negative to act under pressure or help out. They're both plus cool.
Awesome. So you're helping out, James?
I'll try and help out. Just like, no. I'll try and like impose myself between whatever the nearest protector is. And
Awesome. I love this. This is great. What a good team. Yes, these are the mechanics for teamwork.
You're doing a good job.
Oh, come on.
So let's resolve. How is your help out, James?
It was a 6.
All right then.
One off. You know what? I will mark luck
All
because
right.
I don't want to get harassed by these people again.
Perfect.
I mean, honestly, if someone's spending luck, it should probably be me, even though I've already spent 1, because then I could just make the roll of 12. You saved your luck.
I'll do it. No, I already marked it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you for helping.
That's what teams are for. And you get to spread out your luck point usage too, because you never know when you need a little surplus. So James, you now have a 12 plus on your help. It lets you act as if you just rolled 12, which would then yield a +1 to the roll. So we got a +1 in the bank. The jinx, how is that going?
Wait, if he helps someone out, if the luck makes his roll a 12, and if on the helping out, if he rolls a 12, then your help makes them act as if they rolled a 12. Is JD's
That's
roll
only
now
if
a
you have
12?
the skill as advanced,
Oh, okay.
which is like
Oh!
a big boy power. Also, I just realized we should have. I realized it probably wouldn't come into play, but we should have been marking XP every time we failed.
Oh, I was doing that.
Yeah,
I don't even remember how many times I failed.
it's a mini
think I
campaign.
failed
I don't know.
once.
2 sessions.
I
What
don't
are we
know.
gonna do? Level up? Like,
I mean, possibly. There's only 5.
Eventually,
We only
it
need
won't.
5.
How about this?
I
I'll
would-
give you a level up on the next session, just
Yeah,
for
right.
funsies. That way we don't have to
sure.
worry about XP tracking. But I appreciate that.
like this that encourage frivolous rolling in the hopes of failure.
It's
No
true.
comment.
I mean,
Yeah.
the failure is what makes it interesting, though.
Mhm.
It is. Yes. Okay. So, that's +1, which brings the roll to a 6.
Jinxie, what you got?
Yes. Let me roll. It's +2 to weird. Oh, I got a 5.
Uh-oh.
So, let me see. On a miss, the keeper holds 2 over you to be used in the same way. I don't know what that means.
That
But-
means I get what you would have gotten. I get it now.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So, spend 2. Why don't you pick which 2 I get with your jinx? What were you intending to do?
Well, I was intending to help, and I guess if I had 2 of them, if I had had a full success, I was going to intend to help and then interfere with a bystander, aka a protector.
Okay.
So I would have picked those 2.
So I have those. So you feel like you wiggle your nose and your jinx kind of hits, like there's too much magic interference around. Hexfest is full of magic users, full of supernatural spells, and your jinx goes out into the world and kind of whips around like a boomerang and hits you back in the forehead. You feel kind of like the burn of it on the middle of your forehead where your third eye would be. And you feel like your intention may come back against you in the future.
Well, that's not good.
So as your team moves to help you with this JD, from the very oblivious nun type figure who's just like, here it is! How did you do on your act under pressure?
Well, initially it was a 5, and then with James's help, it was a 6.
Same deal, though, I believe. Same category.
Yeah.
So with James trying to block the protectors on a 6, what happens is one of the protectors doesn't clock the transaction directly. So it's not like they see you, but they turn around just in time to see something have exchanged hands, and everyone kind of like covering. Like everyone clearly looks like they're covering. Like James is like, ah, you know, like kind of like splayed out with their orange coat, and like there's something suspicious happening here, but they didn't actually see what it was. It's the same protector from before, and she looks at you all and narrows her eyes, and you see her like click the HUD display, which comes down, and she's like making like verbal notes to herself. So you see her kind of like mouthing words, looking over at you guys.
Yeah. All right.
What? Me this holy water, it will be and for looking at that blemish on my breasts while my friends covered me for modesty. We'll be on our way now.
Cersei blushes, like she just turns beet red, and she's like, "Oh my, I wasn't looking."
Goodbye, Cersei.
Oh my lord.
Really quick point of interest, because I found my notes, even though the narrative moved a little bit past this, but on her table she has holy water, she has scrolls, so like kind of like almost ancient looking papyrus rolled up scrolls, and they have a bunch of arcane sigils on them. And she explains that these are scrolls that can be used to cure ailments for guardian angels, so it's like medicine for them, but the inscription needs to be read all the way through. She also has a scroll that looks like it's been blackened, like darkened papyrus with gold writing on it, that kind of glows a little bit. And this is a scroll that will, it's kind of used as like a kryptonite, you know, like kryptonite was like the failsafe for Superman if he got out of hand. Guardian angels are so powerful that they have this for trained users of the celestial arts in case guardian angels get out of hand. So those are also on the table, as well as like angel feathers are there, and those can increase magical abilities. And those are some of the things you see on her table.
We retroactively say we bought stuff.
Yes, you certainly can. Yeah, sorry, I was pulling up that
Cool.
stuff.
Okay, I'll take a scroll and an angel feather, however much dollars that is.
Which scroll would you like?
Oh, to cure an ailment?
The curative one or the controlling one?
Oh, the curative one.
Yeah, she can give that to you. She's like, I do hope Humatil is in good health, but if you need this, here you go.
Thank you.
It is a bit expensive, though. I have to sell it only to trusted people, but of course I do know Lilith, so I do trust you all. But
Trustworthy.
Totally
Your first mistake.
totally trustworthy people. But yes, it is around $200.
Oh, that's more than fair. Please,
Here's this and some pocket lint.
She takes the money and the lint, and she just kind of like flicks the lint off, but accepts the money and hands over the scroll, and it's beautiful and glowing, and it kind of has a slight hum to it, like a little electrical noise coming off of it, as you put it in one of your pockets, I assume.
Yeah, in one of the many folds of her raggedy, like, draping garments.
Awesome.
I'll just kind of lean over and be like, do you think we should get the Bane scroll? Just in case, you know, our kidnapper is a guardian angel gone rogue?
Hey, Cersei, how much is the really cool black scroll that matches my aesthetic and is shiny?
Well, these are for folks of the Celestial Order only. They're very powerful. I apologize, but I'm not supposed to sell them to hunters.
Is it really hard to be like a celestial being? Like, do I need to sign up for like an email list or like...
It's a life of celibacy, and lots of rituals, lots of praying, lots of doing good in the universe.
Okay, cool. So no
Hey.
then.
Yeah, I think I might be a bit exempt from that.
That's
Fair.
quite all right. It's not for everyone. But
Yeah.
for those of us who are chosen, we are the ones who are guardians of this very important but hopefully never needed magic.
I now understand the reaction to the butt pat.
Yep, been a while.
Alright, well, here, what's your cell phone number here? And he'll pull out his flip phone. What's your cell phone number in case we need to contact you in the course of our investigation here?
Oh,
Also,
absolutely.
don't tell the
Rita
protectors about this
controlling.
investigation. We were specifically told not to, but this is a very personal matter, and it is important that we are involved.
Well, I work with both the protectors and the hunters. We do not take sides in this matter. I know there is some friction occasionally, but as people of the Celestial Order, we must be helpful to all who seek our help. Yes, of course. She takes out her own cell phone, which is like one of those big, like, 1980s brick phones. Like the full
the
on.
antenna.
Yeah, she like clips the antenna up. It's like all gold with like gold buttons. And the antenna at the end has like a little halo ringing around the tip of the antenna.
Okay, just give me your phone number, please. Just
How do I? Is it in the phone, or how do I know it?
okay. That answers my question. Thank you very much.
I can be
Madam.
reached here if you need me.
Yeah. Do you have another way of contacting you? You know,
Oh, here it is.
it's like
She flips the phone around to the bottom, and someone has taped a piece of paper to the bottom of the phone with the phone number on it. Okay, and this is that. I knew it was here somewhere. She shows you the phone number.
Alright, I'll put that in. Just, I guess, if that rings, answer it. If you weren't already, we may need to enlist your help at some point later.
Of course.
Also, you seem like a decently trustworthy source of holy water, so I might call you up on that once
Oh,
these
please.
run out.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, and thank you so much, Lilith, for stocking our supplies. But we're always looking for new business. She pulls out a business card, and it just has a little halo with wings off the sides of it. Very similar to the graffiti you saw, only the halo is in the center instead of a vial. She hands that over to you. It has her name, and it has the Celestial Order that she's a part of. And, like, the same phone number. It's, like, just her.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna tuck it away in one of my other many pockets.
I'm gonna
alongside
pull out an
James.
address book, flip through
Oh,
and
no.
write it down in there.
Let me just take my Rolodex.
It's not a Rolodex. It's just a little booklet.
You
He's
see,
like, let me get them digits, and then doesn't type them in.
he has his book.
He has it physically and in his phone.
You see a group of young children near you. One of them is a frog person. So their eyes are like looking in different directions, and they have like a little bit of a like kind of goopy, slimy, ridged face, like a frog face, in the mouth that opens like frog mouth. And the companion is a human child, red hair, curly, kind of messy. And the two of them are like playing marbles on the ground, but whenever the marbles hit into one another and clack into one another, sparks come out, like little tiny fireworks. And as they're playing these marbles, they look over to you as you pull out the phone and then the Rolodex, and like there's a lot going on, and they look up at you and they're like,
Rolodex. It's just a little notebook.
the little notebook, and they're like, grown-ups are weird. And then they keep playing with their marbles.
I love all frog child already. And the other child.
Shall
Alright,
we?
you got the number. Are we ready to
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go check this homeless shelter. It seems to be a place keeps coming up during this investigation.
Yes, let's get some free soup. Good idea.
Oh gosh. So as you leave Hexfest, you hear the witch in the power suit giving kind of the end of her talk. She's been addressing the crowd in the middle of the plaza. The cauldron is bubbling like big things of smoke. It's like turning different colors and turning into different shapes behind her. And she's like, and in conclusion, that's why magic matters. And everyone's like, yes! yes, she said it so well, and like they're just like losing their shit. There's like a DJ in the corner who is spinning different music without touching the apparatus that they're using. So they're just like making motions with their hands, and the music is changing with every motion that they make, as though their hand movements are synced to the music through human Bluetooth. So there's just like a lot of cool stuff going on, and you hear kind of the swell of the crowd as it fades into the background as you leave Hexfest and head to the homeless shelter, which from various directions you receive from folks along the way, you know is near the bridge that enters into the industrial district of Port City. So here the homes begin to, just the general infrastructure of the town seems to not be as well kept. The streets have not been cleaned in the same way that the streets you just walked down were. There's just like a visible difference in the care that Port City is putting into this section of town. And the folks that you see, they kind of stay out of your way more so than the folks in the other part of town. Everyone is just trying to, it seems, get by in this area. You go to the homeless shelter. It is kind of a non-profit vibe. Like there's a lot of people there that are trying to do good with not a lot of money to do it. And so people kind of look tired, like they've worked a couple shifts. But everyone's friendly as you enter into the space. You see a lot of people who are in line to receive soup, bread. It's very hearty, like a nice potato soup with like tons of veggies floating in it. It seems like a lot of care has gone into this space to be a welcoming center. You see a lot of individuals kind of milling about, and you see someone at the head of the soup line who kind of has a clipboard, and she's checking in volunteers, and she looks to the three of you and she's like, can I help you? She's kind of got like square little glasses and frizzy short hair. Oops.
Yeah, we're actually looking for a Humatil. We're looking to check in on him and see how he's doing.
Oh, Humatil. Oh, what an angel. I mean, I know it's, kind of self-explanatory, but he really is. Unfortunately, we haven't seen him for about 2 days now. He's just kind of been off the grid, hasn't checked in. She flips through the chart. Nope, hasn't checked in.
Have
How
any of your other
coincidental.
volunteers, by any chance, not checked in as well?
Oh, I mean, Shandira has been kind of off our radar for a little bit too. Oh, and then Billy, the little fresh-faced Billy, he's just out of college. Hasn't checked in either.
What does Billy look like?
Billy is kind of like a baby face, we call him. He's just got those big blue eyes, and he's got those little cherub cheeks. He's just such a cutie. Blonde hair, little Billy, we call him.
Alright. Well, thank you very much. That was very helpful.
Oh, he does have gills, I forgot on the map.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good identifier, I feel like.
Sorry. Slips my mind sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, either way, thank you very much for your help here. So I'm assuming you haven't seen them at all since then, not walking down the street or anything like that?
No, not really. I mean, I know the kids like to go out dancing after they have their long shifts. They're so good to us here, helping us really support the area. Port City doesn't really seem to care about us as much as they should, but we all care. And Billy, Shandira, they're great. Humatil's proteges, if I might say.
Well,
Oh, and
that's
Amy
always
too.
good to hear.
But I've seen Amy recently.
I would like
Well-
to check my phone to make sure that the copious gifts and messages from Amy continue to come in.
Yes, interesting point. As you check your phone, there are a lot of texts from Amy still. However, they've become very urgent. At first, all you see is exclamation points kind of scrolling along the screen, and as you clear those out of the cache, you see that Amy is saying, "Please call me. Oh my gosh, please call me. Call me right now. Where are you?"
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I think we'll be on our way here. Thank you very much for the help.
Oh, of course. You're not here to volunteer then? You just wanted to ask me questions?
Homeless, I'd like to
we're
for the road, please.
Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been checking in here. That's the line over this way. And she points towards the line for soup.
Yeah,
All right.
well, she's here for a whole nother reason. I don't know why she's with us, but with
All of these people, I'm
I'm-
You
weird.
really shouldn't talk about Gran like that. It's really not nice.
she, we're just trying to find Shandira right now. I don't know. She's probably just stayed the night at a friend's house or something, but we're just a little worried about her. She's
Understood. No, I appreciate the help. I mean, if you see her, tell her, I hope she's well, and if she needs some time off, it's a volunteer position, of course, take time off.
yeah, and I do appreciate what you're doing here. I
you.
live a bit far out to be able to regularly come out here to help, but
She looks you up and down, notes the coat, the pockets. She's like,
Pockets.
Hunters? You're hunters?
not looking for that kind of reason. Don't worry, just
Well,
she's
I mean,
Are-
I bear no ill will to hunters. I had a hunter save me from a vampire attack when I was young. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a hunter.
yeah. We're not looking for that kind of reason. Trust me. We're just helping a friend.
Okay.
Amy, actually, we're helping Amy because I don't know. She didn't return back to her place last night. They're roommates. I'm sure they've told you about it.
I don't
She
really,
was
I don't
gonna come
really,
back last night.
honestly don't listen to Amy very much. She's very trying. I try not to listen to Amy. Great girl. Very, very trying.
I do care for her, but I can see where you're coming from there.
the
While
phone.
all this happening, I'm just gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Just not
Anyway,
say anything.
we
just
should
gonna
probably
leave.
go.
I have one more question, if that's all right. Do Billy and Shamalam, Shandira, do they know each other? Are they close?
Do they know each other? I don't know. Why don't you roll to investigate a mystery? Because I feel like that's like a little bit beyond her like immediate scope to tell you.
Sure. Yeah, okay. So, plus sharp.
Yes.
Oh god! Snake eyes, that's no good.
Oh no. You gonna use a luck?
But when the DM asks if you want to use a luck, I think I will.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's a 12. I'll mark
Alright.
that off.
She says that. What would she say about this? She says that she's like kind of coaxed into this answer, first of all, from your questioning. You have to adjust the hat tighter to get her to kind of open up about this. I think she would say that they know each other, but they mostly know each other through the context of working with Humatil. Like, they're not like friends outside of work kind of a thing, but they both seemed really passionate about helping others. And like, Humatil was starting to train them in some of his abilities as much as a human could do what he does.
Interesting. All right.
And
I would like to call Amy back. I mean, I feel like while all this is happening, I was like, oh shit, and I walk outside to call her.
Perfect. So as you walk out, the phone is blinging off the hook. Like, it's just, it is like lots of little, sorry for the sounds, I keep hitting this microphone. It is blinging and like all the exclamation points, all of the question marks, lots of sad emojis. So you call her. As this is happening on the inside of the cafeteria, the check-in lady is like, you know, as much as a human can learn what he does. You know what he does, right? And she pushes her glasses up on the bridge of her nose. No? Is that a no? You look concerned.
No, what does he do?
Oh, Humitu, he heals by taking away people's pain. He hugs them and embraces them. And all of their pain, all of their ailments, their problems, their worries, their stresses, their sicknesses are transferred to him, but he cannot be affected by them, so they dissipate and go away.
Well, that is very interesting. Let's say I have, for instance, horrifying arthritis. Look at my hands, my knuckles are huge. Could he take that from me?
He could. That's why he's so valuable here, because so many people have physical and mental ailments, and he can cure them.
What about a crippling addiction to Tylenol PM?
He very much specializes in addictions. Many people here struggle from them, and he's able to help them cure themselves through a hug. He was teaching our little protégés about it. Obviously they're human, but sometimes he said just the mere human touch, a hug or a care from another can help alleviate these pains, but not like Humitil does. He takes them away, sucks them right out of the body, and they disappear.
A disease vampire.
He's like a disease vampire. As she says this, on the other side of the wall, in the hallway, the phone is blowing up and you call Amy back. And she picks up on the first ring. And to you, Lilith says, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god."
Okay, take a deep, I'm not really good at this. Take a deep breath, like in through your nose, out through your mouth, like...
Why didn't
Okay,
you answer my
now just-
texts? I texted you.
Well, there's only so much I can write in that span of time between messages. I'm more of a calling person. Maybe that will like help that out a little bit.
Ew, who calls people?
Well, I mean, I could just hang up right now.
No. Listen, okay, I know this is a lot of backstory, but my friend Shandira, she had another friend. His name was, oh my god, is it Jimmy? I don't remember what I said. I'm so bad with these fake
Billy.
Or
Billy. God, I need
Billy.
to like come up with better male names.
Wait, the child or
the
the
soup kitchen.
Yeah,
Soup kitchen guy?
soup kitchen, little cherub face, Billy.
Yeah, that's
Billy.
Billy.
Right? Okay. God, I'm so bad at this. Billy. Oh my god, my friend Shandira, she had a friend named Billy, and like they were like super besties. I mean, I guess like they like often stayed late and like were like working with this like creepy dude, whatever. Anyway, I just found out that Billy is dead, and I was like freaking out because I was like, oh my god, like Shandira like is missing and like Billy is dead and like what is going on?
Wait, how do you know Billy's dead?
It was on the news. It was like on the news. They said they found this body and like ew.
Okay.
Oh.
And
Do
then
you
they were like, all these
remember the
people are
name-
missing. And the news was like, oh my god, all these people are missing, but the protectors are gonna protect us and like blah 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 blah. But like I'm scared.
I had probably
Billy's-
walked out at this point. I left before JD was done. Can I hear like the conversation still?
Oh yeah, her voice is blasting through the speaker.
All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to take this may be important because you know you worked with them. I don't want you to get hurt. All right. So what you're gonna do is there's a little button on the side of that gun I gave you. I want you to push that and then pull out the little cylinder thing in there. All right.
Do I have to?
It is preferable. I would rather not have to deal with you as well as your friends getting got by whatever this is.
Okay, how about this? I'm gonna watch a YouTube video first because that's how I do everything, and then maybe I'll do it. Okay?
Okay. Fine, whatever. I don't need to instruct you. The internet, I'm sure, has good enough videos showing you how.
Yeah,
Just
like
please.
the internet's been like my parents. Like the internet is my parents.
Amy.
Yeah?
Please.
My friend is dead. Like my friend's friend is dead. I mean, I guess I didn't never meet him, but I feel really sad about it.
Yeah, at that, the internet is basically her parents. James will look visibly hurt.
By that comment.
Yeah.
Amy is
do you
oblivious.
remember do you remember the creepy guy's name?
The creepy guy? Something like humidifier or something.
Okay, fair enough. That's probably as close as I'm gonna get.
But like, oh my god, like what is going on? Like, this is terrifying. He was on the news and like all these other people are missing. Are you guys fixing it or what?
We're trying our best,
Okay.
Amy. All right.
I'm gonna like put the phone on mute and be like, do we go get her? Because I honestly don't feel confident in her ability to take care of herself.
Yeah, she probably should have just, stayed at home. He's not exactly,
But is she at home? I'm gonna mute it. Hey, Amy, are you at home? Like, are you like behind a secured door and an alarm system?
Totally. Like James and JD came by many different times and they installed various different things that were there to like secure the door, secure the window. JD put a bunch of like security camera blockers and then James put a bunch of security cameras, so I don't really know how those interact with each other, but like I feel very protected here.
I'm gonna mute it again. Are you guys for real? Like, how are we?
All right. They're on the outside.
Okay, but do you have like a? Of course, you don't have like an app on your phone
It's
or
on
anything to monitor them.
It's at my computer at home, which is 2 hours out. So I figure we won't really be able to use that to check.
Can I come out at this point?
I mean,
you can. So just to
I got one of them.
He's eating the soup.
Just to wrap
it's one of those ones that said it connected to the internet. That's why I got it, so I didn't need to be on there to look through that. So I mean, maybe if you could figure out, I don't remember what brand it was, but maybe you could figure it out.
Computer brand.
Yeah.
The internet. Why are we talking about that? What's happening?
Just to wrap your conversation with the volunteer check-in lady, she's like, she bids you good day, hands you a bowl of soup to go. They have those containers, no problem. And she's like, please give me word if you hear anything. There's been a lot of regular patrons. They haven't come around as often as they used to, and I'm a little worried. Humatil used to work with a lot of people suffering from addiction, suffering from depression, and, well, we still have people with those illnesses, but they're not able to get their help. And some of the people he worked with aren't even here anymore, so just let me know what you find out. I trust you, hunters.
Certainly, thank you for the soup. I am a soup hunter. Take care. Good day.
Coming back outside.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I found soup. All right, you called Amy. How is she? Is she good? She safe?
I still have her on the phone, and I've realized that there is nothing I can do right now to actively monitor her except to keep her on the phone. So I have like a little earphones. What is the equivalent of AirPods in in this universe?
They're ghost pods. It's like
ghost pods,
ghost speakers for your ears.
I'm gonna put one in so I can still hear stuff, and I'm going to take on the belaborious burden of listening to Amy constantly to make sure she isn't dead.
Oh my god, I can totally do check-in text. I'm really good at texting. Just let me know what you need, when you need it. I'll give it to you.
I want to make sure that you're fine, but then that was a lot of gifts. Text messages might not be what works, but what we can do is, because we're such good friends, we're gonna play the quiet game, and every time we go to a new place, you get 30 seconds, and then we play the quiet game again. Just to make sure you're alive, but also that you're quiet in this super sensitive situation.
Okay, totally, I can do that. Whatever you guys need, you've always kept me safe. The internet may be my parents, but you guys are my family. I mean, not you, Lilith, I don't really know you, but my other friends.
I just met you.
Yeah, I don't really know you. But JD and James for sure are my family. So I'll do whatever they want, and I assume you speak for them.
Sounds like a good idea, I think.
Okay, great. So are we playing the quiet game now? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna count to 3 and the quiet game is gonna start, and if you're dying, do scream into the phone so I know.
Okay, great. I can totally do that. Is it okay if I watch some streaming services while I'm playing the quiet game? I'll have it quietly in the background.
I feel like I can't say no, so that's fine. But please, like, if you're dying or getting hurt, and it doesn't count if you like get a paper cut. I mean, like dying hospital hurt. And if someone is trying to break down your door or knocks on it and they're not an Uber like Eats driver, then yeah, no, that you need to tell me that. But otherwise, yeah, no, quiet music, quiet Amy, super fun. I'll find something super pink to bring back.
Oh my god, thank you so
You'll
much.
love it. But we have to play the quiet.
So Amy agrees to play the quiet game with you. So you have her on a ghost bud.
Yes.
And she will see how that interaction goes as you guys move
Terribly.
forward in this adventure. We are going to wrap here, but we will continue this story on November 7th. Does that sound right? Is that the date? 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
not next week,
sounds
but the
good.
week after. You are leaving the soup kitchen. You have Amy on ghost phone. Her now friend is missing. The friend of the friend is dead. And you've learned a little bit more of Humatiel, the guardian angel of this town that takes pain away. What will our monster hunters be up to next? We will find out. Thank you all so much for playing. It was a joy to play with you. And yeah, we will see everybody soon. So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for running a game. It was really fun.
course.
Happy to come back in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Thank you all. Bye now.
Bye.